fire. The Phantom gonna be removed by TNC. Definitely appreciate that choice. They had got to the point where they would be picking it in first phase sometimes too, just because of how strong it was for them. Playable here.
OD is also an option.
Predators
He might be a little bit slow. They get out the TA themselves.
And it will be the lead. Yeah. And it's definitely the most like well, use tower damage. It gives you damage to the chrono. It gives you follow-up stun for after the chrono or something if someone's still surviving. Just all around hero. plays pretty well. Like his 2 front runners already in the Timber and the Faceless Void. Not really the IO partner. So IO and Faceless Void pretty much the only buddy in this game. Doesn't really have like a secondary friend.
Yeah. The way this draft evolved, it looked like TNC kind of grabbed the Wisp and then had to move it into another direction. And now you go, well, not the ideal Wisp pairings, but hey, you can still buff up Void. I don't have any problems with that. Taxi, sir.
Well, guys, I have a shocking revelation here. Will they pick Wind Ranger?
I go with yes.
And there's an IO +1. It's a decent Wind Ranger game.
Wind Ranger at your
Wow,
service.
guys.
There it is.
Spoilers in the chat. I think we playing Wind Ranger.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nigma have arrived at the Leipzig Major. We've got a Weehaw for game number 1. All right. Well, pretty stable drafts for both sides. I think a lot of merit to both. I'm looking forward. This should be a pretty even matchup. Are you giving an edge to either draft here?
I kind of like TNC draft a little bit better. My problem is definitely if Timber gets a K-League scenario, then I really like the draft. But I fear that he's not going to. So it's like I want to let TNC draft, but I think the Timber can have such a problem that Nigma are going to have a better start to the game.
Pressure on Warlock. You can get those counter initiations on the Faceless Void. He does this tool to completely disrupt the Chrono, but that's a big if. Same can be GH on this Earthshaker. Earthshaker, classic heroes against the Void, just long range, and you hit that fissure right, sometimes you can completely mitigate the effectiveness of somebody getting caught in a Chrono.
Yeah, there's kind of a bit of a game here for both Kuro and GH where let's say if fights start happening before GH is the Blowdagger, the fights are gonna be very difficult because once the golem gets dropped, pretty much has to either drop it on the relocate or on the Chrono itself, right? But it's kind of weird because the relocate and the Chrono are always in the same spot. That actually makes it okay. Typically, what happens, like the eye usually paired. I always pictured like someone. So if IO relocates the Faceless Void and they both get Golem, that's actually a big problem.
Tell me, this
big
did
important
not
cooldowns, right? In the Chronos and the relocate. So if we're to waste one of those 2 cooldowns, that means that like now Chrono's gonna have free reign. But because they're both paired together, what's gonna happen is that if they relocate in, they're gonna get rocked, and then they're still close enough together that there could be a follow-up fissure and potentially a follow-up shackle. So even though they only have 1 good AoE stun, I think theoretically just win,
You're not
like,
going anywhere.
win fights if they just golem the relocate.
Yes, I would sort of agree.
It's like imagine the stuff. If he was like the Ravage or something, right? It's like relocate comes in, blink Ravages or blink is like an offlane Void or something, let's say, and it's like, okay, we got the reset, now all this additional damage off these guys that have come in. But I don't think there's a reset plan here.
Yeah. Also curious how they'll build the Void. Or Midas is completely out. Like, what's the go-to lifestyle build days? I'm assuming the Might Radiance is finally...
Yeah, we're Maelstrom gamers now. Probably Maelstroms for both.
Okay.
Both the Lifestealer.
Do you still go Radiance eventually on Lifestealer? Is that
I see it in sometimes, but I think it has to be like a really good Radiance game, scaling and stuff in the match. It has to be like PM or something, and got like 4 kills in lane, and you already have like a Maelstrom, you know, be something like along those lines. I have seen Maelstrom Radiance a couple times though.
All right. In farm called cruise through the jungle, so it's certainly a good accelerator. I'm glad that has finally gone away. I felt for months we were watching these Lifestealer games of just, all right, I know he's gonna be Midas, it's gonna be Radiance, we're not gonna see him until 18 minutes for his timing is to pop out of the lane, and it got a little tough for a while, but I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bright.
That got real old real fast.
It was good. I understand how people did it. It was just very one-dimensional. Let's put it down. And who's in courier battle here? There's so many of them now. See, they're on fire. No dog is in the race except for one. They're gonna have to do TNC for the mix.
What about this?
Well, I thought one first, but then the rest of them so much game. I don't know if courier I'm making the remaining 4. Sucker for clucks. Big bucks.
Okay, fair enough.
All courier.
Well, it's things out here. We get Tim P. Of course, the favorite trialing of tippers. You sitting here, Katie, up as the pack, and this new map. This was popular here. Kind of well, let's see it more. So maybe that'll help it survive on the cliff. It's a bit dangerous though, because they're also going to block the small camp. So it means that if they get to D camp, entry on to peek there, but they don't have any abilities that let them see Hawk overpower or something. So they have to, you know, the yada yada. So issue.
Burns, doesn't it?
Tempting.
Dude, how did Kate that? I'm sure ahead of him.
I don't know.
Wasn't he, like on the bound? I thought he like body locked him out.
When you're moving, it looks like you can kind of grab them. You know, like they look like. No.
It must be.
Right. Land. Stage.
Yeah.
Got him.
Right here though, so they do not have the terror assault. Like well to red. So did a couple times. Even it's crazy trial. Do give that very important. Really let that do it.
So straight away. So students land. Move over. You mentioned a way to get, you know, find the sense for the. Oh.
Yeah. Good. It doesn't really annoying. Well, when me. Yeah. Okay. Hey. We do really early. It rained, but I remember being like just high the camera and just off.
Yep. Start. Yeah, from arm. Head top. What there is Euro. 320 hits. He takes top.
Huh. What's happening, man? Body block. That,
So we
yeah.
now.
Power camp. Hold it. The body block.
You're now more pressure. West gonna see by. He doesn't have fair, and they were under the tower.
Radiant's courier has
A little bit low. Careful. DH1 courier. A little bit of bonus.
Yeah, that was a just here it's all so over here for grab
Turn around. It's the
Go grab it.
Apparently, Anna Phillips.
He's gonna
get him right now. He's slow. And down about half HP. Pretend.
Eventually, earlier that you're magic wall ready. That's okay. And March, I keep sitting down near constantly pulling the whip. Down. We can keep that good.
Arm got in a heavy.
Well,
No, you don't.
oh, let's go. Two. But we just couldn't afford it. The roads got low. Oh, bottom. There actually. Killed bear. I mean, well,
At level 1, it's a 6. Deep. Advance.
Time is money.
He got off from pay with his life. That phone for the minute.
See that next the he said I won't.
No. There, you're coming. Look, fuck her off. Oh, hi. Wrong. Right. Here it is.
Burns, doesn't it?
That's set up.
Burns, doesn't it?
Observe.
Illusion.
Yeah, so he can set you
Most brought target mirror all it's gone. It brought down to 5. It's okay.
and she died.
Okay. It's rigged though.
So living with him or something. First don't read for X. Like.
You deserved it.
Oh, baby. Now.
So I can and the benefit of playing the over, he's automatic. He just immediately his abilities. And he knows that like he just runs out of full HP. Just he's like, I'm just gonna. I can just walk out, guaranteed to die. Oh, the temperature, but KP up top.
What? Dude, like,
Here. 850.
Yeah, nice. He does combo. Not even need. No, Tim. pretty since open the well inch.
Invisibility.
Well, first for Gab.
And
To get on Pete and Big. Yes, Howard's helping out on now.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower
I
is
think
under
controls
attack.
get share. I think.
yeah. Yeah. The focus out. Pulls over. Drop. Keep this guy away from the player. Team state every time they off.
Dire's
That help
bottom tower is under attack.
Goldie early in the game. Several.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Level 6
Everything gotten
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
ahead of them. Not freaking.
A gift from the temple.
That's right. Long catcher. Awesome.
Trouble for
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The boy can't. That'll be.
They're fencing. Man, first I stayed aware. Down here in 8. At times.
I was pushing him.
I guess I could get faster.
Get there. Oh, just put it in his word for it.
It's a fair.
Radiant's
We
base
need
has
to go
been
after.
killed.
That could be a little. There's more on there. But yeah, the reverse. Use the blade. Another. First, Lincoln's versus a tackle shot. Yeah, he's actually.
Dire's bottom tower. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe. And the wind range.
Oh, after
Bear to look.
Out to the necklace, get it up here. The top, but reinforcements here.
frustrating. Because they weren't really attack the kill, so they had to go for the absolute. Like that.
Not your butt and run on. Oh, they're up damage.
Dire's bottom has been killed.
Yeah, man, considering strap. Okay. Balled up and the static. You just and
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
just like we had these well, they have the they show we didn't get the first time ball but the TP go get
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Arnold gets mind control. Latch LA off the mark, but played fought it back. Gabby back into the weedy. You're not quite there. long drawn out full shit out damage will be a super
Burn, baby, burn.
like 6 over. Pop pronouncedly they
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I feel they'll yell at day and then
Dire's structures are fortified.
the radiant is timber.
Dire's top tower is under
The top
attack.
tower. But it's not right without him.
Dire are scanning.
This a lot of him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It has
take
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm right. Pain really want. The philosophers.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Philosophers come.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is
lucky
under
with
attack.
not a bad
To help them. Our top force the so they here and pay people
Fuel for my
and hold this here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Golden always the game higher than 118.
oh, up top. Doctor with that. No, the crowd. Keep the pressure
Could be the Earth Shake, but if you don't have a as which they're not, he could be blocking that found with the aggregate reticus. No risky thing. That's what go back.
get it now. Imagine the hand over.
Yeah. The big. Oh, big. Oh, that's not.
So, but it's down. Gets killed. Class. That would.
Okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I kill him. Like the new of so when
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
get a well,
That's badass.
mostly.
Oh. Okay. What's your umpire? You're or a bit little heroic.
Not wrong with these items. They can't get right now. And then I look at right? You know, and then no, it's no.
Radiant are scanning.
Away. I feel like there's no lapse in the game, though. It's good. I feel like this character been able to do the
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Life Stealer has this mission where it's supposed to do the like the or if they can.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a miracle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And fatigue
They've also got all 3 tier 1s still up as they take another tier 2 in the mid lane, leaving just the high ground towers left now for Nigma.
TNC just squeezing off the map, clearing out enemy neutrals. Void getting pretty close to a Lincoln's, and I think he's actually got it coming out on the courier now. There it is. And level 15, so Void now very slippery. 4.5 seconds on that time walk.
Well, do we have the blink dagger?
Are scanning.
We do. So it's time. They're gonna smoke up. Power shot out the waves. The Dire are scanning. They found a target. Kuro is very far ahead right now. He's ready to drop this. He wants it.
Setup. Timbersaw not nearby. They go in onto Gabby. Big time damage. Echo slam onto the Wisp. That'll stop March from the save. Great play from Nigma. They grab 2, get that kill onto Gabby, and it does go the way of GH, so pretty solid.
I don't know who spotted that Lincoln's, but very nice job there. They might have seen it on the lane before, but they were completely ready for that. Kuro popped it before the lasso went down.
1,500, 1,600 net worth swing. That does put a little dent into that gold lead.
See now the best case scenario. Yes.
Golem, lasso,
Radiant's
dunk.
bottom tower has fallen.
They do get a tier 1 out of it, but
If you're
huge
Nigma,
commitment.
you hope that they're waiting for the Void to come back, then they do Roche, and that like burns more time on your ultimates. But they don't even wait for the Void. They've already started Roche. It's down to almost half HP right now, and they just want to run at your high ground now while you don't have these spells. And that'll be the biggest problem for Nigma. That's why you see GH just like in a slightly dangerous position pushing out that mid lane because he knows how desperate the situation is right now. Same thing with MC. He's going to cut that next wave down in the bottom lane. So really what TNC needed was just like one person trying to hold a good wave for them, and it looks like it's just going to have to be the top lane. Well, at least that's what Tim said. They're all going down.
Yeah, they smoke right out of the pit, and they're going to find Wee. Is this the target they can kill, though? Wind run away, trying to find a spot in the trees, looking to hold Chrono. Shackle does not latch, the LSA connects. Nowhere for the little Wind Runner to go. He does have a buyback, but a great pick out of the
MCB
pit.
bottom. He's trying to catch TPs. He got him. No Bat Rider.
They get him. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, relocate from Gabby, and there they are, now back towards the base. The rest of Nigma on the high ground. KP maybe needs to be a little bit careful, but they're going to keep this creep wave pushed up.
Yeah, and he's tranquil in Yule Scepter, so Tim's will be back in that mid lane very quickly, while his companions will just relocate their way back.
Gabby jumps in, still has the Chronosphere. And close to the tier 4s, just trying to repel Nigma right now while his team does the damage to the building.
15 seconds till Echo.
And it's still 35 on that Golem.
Middle tower.
Flip down now, should be a pretty easy tier 3. We'll see if TNC actually commit to the barracks with Bat Rider so close. Gabby presses forward, I guess with the Chrono, they don't have too much to fear. Echo up in about 4 seconds. TNC being very cautious of this timer. And and they'll just back out. They do some damage to the barracks, but they don't overcommit. Great control from TNC.
Yeah, they got wards behind them too, so they know the shrine is no one like lurking here trying to set something up or anything, so they just go right back and take that for themselves. Very clean gameplay here from TNC.
Dire's top shrine.
Looking better than they did during the qualifiers, that's for sure.
Yeah, very decisive movements. I like the way Armel has been using these boots of travel. Felt like that was that extra little push to the global presence they needed to synergize with this Wisp.
It really let them snowball and try and punish some of these heroes that need those first big items like the Bat Rider and the Earthshaker.
It also helps when the reveal of the BOTs get you a kill like we saw in the bottom lane. Yep, easy kill onto Kuro. Fight's gonna break out now. Bat Rider jumps in, uses that lasso, but doesn't have a huge amount of support. Echo from GH, now Miracle's in, but that's the Chrono. It's a big clump, not a lot of damage on the outside, but it should favor TNC. The Golem comes down, now's the turn. Nigma doing some damage, but can they get these kills? TNC sustaining as Wii falls, relocate out. Miracle gonna get left behind. Is he gonna have anywhere to go? They do get the kill on the Tims.
Gabby can't really move.
Sort of sustaining. The feast is stacking up. Now KP March on the run. TNC starting to regroup, but they drop the Laguna and Mind Control falls. That's going to be the Aegis on Gabby. He'll just focus on the Golem, brings that one down. Fight breaks up, and it seems things will favor TNC.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, having to burn everything there is going to be rough. Because again, no ultimates. You got the Aegis, so we'll see how cautious they want to be on the side of TNC, but... Oh, they're coming back out.
Time walks in time, though.
They think the ward's up there, but you can see it was just down on the ground as they now take it out.
So how many buybacks used there? 3, I think, from the Dire. Wind Ranger, Warlock, and the Earthshaker.
Yes.
Very costly.
Regeneration.
Yeah, TNC just slowly building that lead. Well, not that slow. It is only 26 minutes in, and the game kind of feels out of reach for Nigma unless they get some absolutely incredible wombo combos or a lot of solo pickoffs from Weehaw, but Weehaw just not strong enough to do that right now. I mean, I guess once he's the BKB, it'll be a lot easier. It's just several times he just gets hit by a single stun or even a slow, and it feels like he's done for.
Yeah, a couple of big items coming out for TNC. The BKB on Luna, the BKB coming out on Void, and also BOTs now on Timbersaw. So one more piece to that global presence.
How about Orb of Destruction when you're trying to end the game going high ground? That's pretty nice. They finally get a good neutral item now on the side of TNC.
Wow. Armor reduction. Very nice. Hey, it doesn't pierce spell immunity anymore. Cool.
That's right. A recent patch.
I think that was one of the greatest changes ever to Dota, putting the recent patch notes on the tooltip.
You know what? That was a great change. It's hard to believe that was a thing that like didn't exist.
Yeah, might be the most meta of Dota changes, but hey man, I'll take it. And he digs up a bounty rune. March, you lucky dog.
Yeah, but where's the bottle for the ultimate, you know, value? JK doesn't need a bottle.
Interesting that KP has a Blade Mail queued up next. He's already got a pretty good kit of items. Gonna go for this relatively low ticket but high effectiveness choice.
Yeah, it's like what other item could I buy? Okay, Shivas would be cool this game. Am I gonna get Shivas before the game ends if my team wins? Probably not. How do they win this fight? They have to splash a ton of AoE damage down on my entire team. So I have 2,000 HP and I regen a lot. What if I just buy a Blade Mail?
Yeah. Lotus is a nice addition. Mind control creeping in the trees. Are they going to think about a go on to KP, perhaps? I don't know if they'll have the damage. It's kind of a weird play. Does blink back just in time.
This guy is good. Oh, nice angle from KP. He's got a lot of distance. Not zigging. He's not gazelling enough here on MC, but the additional stun did not come fast enough from Tims. He's a little bit too far away for the glimpse.
Noble effort there, though. And Tims is starting to work on that Aghanims now. The build you mentioned, Fuels into Aggies. And now up top, Chronosphere connects onto Miracle. Oh, no, that's a dead dog. 60 seconds on the sideline. Kuro even uses the golem and then dies. Will be stuck on the sideline without a buyback. That's a double damage on the Void and the BKB debut. That's what we call a heartbreaker there, Trent.
Yeah, I can't believe that that was a already raged Lifestealer. That was a lot of damage very quickly.
He does have the buyback, of course. But will it be enough, especially without that golem? It's such a huge part of their team fight.
And they're pre-piped already, too. It's like, even if they got all echoed. All right, they're going to try it.
They're going to jump in and feel the effects of that pipe as Mind Control uses the lasso. Not enough damage coming out, and TNC will just try to reset things. Lena stays alive. Breaking up into a couple of fights as Gabby stays high ground, trying to finish off Weehawk. And on the back, KP chasing down Mind Control.
What?
Gabby in very deep right now, but he's got March to back him up. Able to time walk away. Does finish off the barracks. A little bit of a close call, but he's good.
Jeez, of all the people, pretty risky for Gabby to try and stick it onto Weehawk. I mean, he knows that it's, you know, game over if he gets him, but...
He played that like he had an Aegis. But
he really did. I mean, he does have BKB Lincolns, so kind of understandable.
It's the rich man's Aegis.
Yeah.
High ground we go up top. Tier 3 tower turned to rubble. Nigma desperately trying to hang on. Batrider does have a buyback, but again, no lasso. Miracle glimpse back. Does have to use that rage, but he's deep. He's surrounded by enemies. Gabby does finish off Kuro. No buyback there. Infest inside GH. It'll keep their Lifestealer alive. But there's just no damage coming out of Nigma right now.
Man, TNC just absolutely destroyed this game. They kind of played perfectly. I'm trying to think of, like, big mistakes they made. I can't even really think of one.
There weren't many. Armel stayed even, slightly ahead in the mid lane. Gabby got a lot of space early on. They used his chronos.
They never pushed
early as well.
Too far either. Like, every time where there were definitely situations where, like, okay, they could go for the racks here if they want. It might be a little risky, but, you know, I've definitely seen teams do it in this situation. They're like, nope, go for the shrine. Nope, go for the Roche. Just constantly securing everything. And again, we're going to get all those items up.
They did a particularly good job playing around the Timbersaw this game. And there were moments when they rallied around KP to support him in lane and put pressure on, and then they found these moments where they left him alone, said, you know what, KP, you need some items, push out these lanes, get a little bit of space for yourself, and then they rallied around Gabby. You know, I felt like their movements were very tactical.
Yeah, it was interesting how he was basically just a cancel out hero, where he kind of just removed Lifestealer from this game. And if you look, KP was involved in 13 of the kills, which is by far the lowest out of his teammates. Who's even the second lowest? Like, I think 18 of the Disruptor, the second lowest kill involvement. So, KP was extremely solo this game.
And look at March's kit. He's got 2 rings, no fingers, a mech, a holy locket, a shovel, and some cheese. This is one happy wisp right now.
Yeah. Neutral items are pretty fun on some of these greedier supports who just love to fill every single slot.
Good old Ring of Aquila.
He needs the Essence Ring, though. That's the real one.
Titan Sliver on the Lena, and the big guys got the Aghanims. That's your Disruptor.
Illusion.
KP.
Use items and increases duration. 7 seconds.
It's a long time.
That is a long time to be stuck inside of a Static Storm.
All right, they're smoking up here. We got the spider legs on Miracle. Maybe he can make some big plays through the cliffs.
Did finish up that Desolator, the Mjolnir, the Halberd.
Oh, they noticed. So GH saw the Lena, and he blink fissured, but it was just an illusion. And then it got pinged out by the side of TNC, so they know they're all down bottom. So they know they're either going to approach up the stairs, which is why they're standing here, or they're just going to go right back into their base.
I like this positioning. There's only one angle, really, for Nigma to attack. CKP just cutting off those wraparounds. Now now. Gabby pretty confident going up to the high ground. There's that Aegis. Also an MKB. So jumps in. Ooh, Chrono onto 3. Wind Ranger with a BKB. Might be able to live through it, but no. Weeha's down. Mind Control and Kuro going to be the next targets. Buyback on 1. Buyback on 2. Miracle. Another disastrous fight for Nigma. Miracle does absolutely nothing. Not a single kill on the side of Nigma as TNC sustained. Gabby, oh, there he is. He's just finding more kills as KP repels them to the well. Buybacks coming from Nigma, but this looks like the end. GG indeed. TNC dominate their way through in 34 minutes.
Jeez, did they ever?
Gabby was incredible this game. 12, 1, and 14. He finished out 13, 0, and 9. Wow. The 1 and the 2 of this one, that's pretty insane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
Now slipping up a couple of times. They do get it back on track there, but any more mistakes like they had earlier, VG Gaming, and Secret can still keep themselves in a good position.
Yeah, just have to... Oh, that's a bit of a BM play there by Yapsor. Just nice. Yeah, he's going right in front of him.
Oh, that's what he wants this, but he can't commit for it. Even when... Oh, he's dead! He's just straight up dead, bro! Whoa!
Dire.
That is... that's how his... You just how insane emotion is, you know? It's also pretty ridiculous how it just, you know, doesn't care about the bubble, doesn't care about anything. It just doesn't care. This just does not care.
May the drow keep you safe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do not forget which is in charge.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mine at last.
Bounty.
I'll take that.
Dire are scanning.
This will do nicely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You wanted out of here, didn't you?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alms for the dead.
I'll take that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
One horn will do the damage of two.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, this will do just fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
TNC Predators turn to pick.
Going at once right now. This group stage fires all in tandem. We are going to be committed to whatever group is on that stream right now. It's going to stay that way for the rest of today's games and all 3 of the series tomorrow. So Trent and I are going to be Group A experts. And of course, after this, we will be watching Fnatic versus Team Aster, the other opening matchup in this group. So, all right, back to the Nigma TNC. The PSAs are done.
Give me a Chen, TNC. Let's go. I think.
Also, thanks, Mercedes.
Yeah. Also, thanks, Mercedes. I agree. But yeah, I think like Chen strats are pretty good when they open with something like this with the ABBA. Like they already like the Chen quite a bit. The IO's now banned out because he didn't want to give it up his first pick.
Predators turn to
But they're actually gonna start with the Rubik instead. Very good spells to steal from ABBA. Can't really go wrong. And they're gonna grab the Underlord instead. Okay, so kind of similar to what KP did last game in terms of those like really early aura items.
Has Underlord been altered? I feel like last time you and I cast together, I was really trying to make a case for the Underlord, and I got shut down hard.
Buddy, you should call up Brian Canavan Salama Jamma, because
really
he's obsessed with
Banana Man?
Underlord.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
He was trying to sell it real hard at the minor. The hero had some very good games in the minor and some bad games, but he gets all that damage in lane. I know you love this hero. You know, you get to bully people. It feels pretty strong. You can just shove the lane in over and over if you have a bad matchup and just like try and pull the hard camp into the lane too.
Yep.
So it's got a couple options.
You can kill jungle creeps, and yeah, people underestimate that damage gain, but you win a team fight, that Underlord can start womping on structures real quick. It definitely is a factor occasionally. And big Dark Rift plays. Now, you were talking about Chen. Dark Rift isn't exactly like Chen, but it gives you those slippery movements either to get out if you take too much risk, jump into Roche, all sorts of things like that, but also to punish. You take a big team fight, you jump to a creep wave that's pushed up, and all of a sudden...
Yeah. Nigma, this was a tough call. Because if they wanted to go for like one of those carries that counter the Underlord, I feel like Slark's the big one, and I think you know that's going to get banned out. So they're saying that we don't want to commit to a Slark that early. So we're just going to try and grab a support that's like going to help enable someone else that's maybe good versus the Underlord, like maybe like an Ursa or something in the laning stage, if they're that concerned about it. Because I think they're going to address Miracle's problems this time. Because he needed a better lane matchup in that like 5 to 11 minute window to really snowball his farm. Man, I'm on like the Slark bans, Chen bans. You know, clearly I'm in the minds of Febby here, you know.
You're with it. Isn't Slark pretty counterable these days though? Aren't your like Blood Seekers, you know, pretty darn good against Slark?
Yeah, but then you just ban Blood Seeker. That's why you can pick at 4th, because then you have 2 bans.
Aren't there? Isn't Huskar pretty good against Slark? Aren't there more than 2 Slark counters?
I mean, I would say Slark's or Bloodseeker's the only real like game ender.
Okay.
I think everything else is playable depending on your itemization and your farm priority.
There was somebody else I saw at the minor that was on my list of anti-Slark heroes, and now I'm forgetting who it is. But you're right, Bloodseeker is by far the best.
He's just oof. That's the real bad one.
10 seconds remaining.
Speaking of other position 1s though, the Phantom Lancer is still in, so not particularly good versus Underlord, but at the same time it's like not that bad. And well, Mr. Huskar, as you mentioned, get banned out. And they have the 10th pick on the side of TNC as well. And that TA is still in there, so maybe setting up for potential TA last pick already. This should be March's hero now.
10 seconds.
You don't want to go for the Bat Rider because they already have the ABBA.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, Axe. That's the other hero I was thinking.
Oh, that's pretty
my
good.
notes for our last podcast. There you go.
Oh, the Venge. That's pretty good. Good laning hero.
Yeah.
Just solid stun. Swap is broken. How does that spell have 2 charges now?
I don't know. I truly don't.
It's incredible. It's such a feel-good hero to play.
I like it with heroes like Underlord. You know, we think of the Venge Putt combo, so you can swap people out of coil. Sort of same logic with the Pit of Malice. Sometimes you can trip people up. Plus, you've got Rubik with telekinesis. Just a lot of mobility disruptions from TNC. I like this.
Yeah, I would agree there. So it should be GH's hero, because it should be an MC, ABBA, and the Kuro Lich. GH. What is the boy feel like playing? ET banned? Yeah, they banned that in the first phase. His Rubik's been taken care of now. Shaker, they banned themselves. Jesus, pool's dwindling pretty fast here. He didn't really pick up a lot of different heroes. I think in the grand finals, he only played Shaker and Elder Titan. So now they're going to go back for the Tiny. Bit of
What
flexibility.
position
Could
you
be
like
Weehaw.
Tiny in these days? Is he still somewhat versatile? Like just a hard one, and that's what we should assume. What's the?
I feel like
rub?
the 1 has died off. I think we're out on the 1. I think he's more so a 2 occasionally, but mostly
10
support.
seconds remaining.
He seems to fit that role pretty
5
well.
seconds remaining.
I would
I'm still
guess
wrapping my
it's-
head around the core ABBAs. You know, I'm trying to get out of the default position 5 ABBA. I know it's been a while, but that
Yeah.
was just ingrained in me in so many tournaments.
Well, especially because Nigma brought it back. Like Kuro played it quite a bit recently, even though everyone else thought it was like dead. He still makes it work, even without the self-deny mechanic in lane. The fact that like it just means if you can get to the mid game and your team's okay, the hero feels broken. Like just being able to run around a team fight, absorb all this damage, and take stuns off your cores just feels incredible. You don't really need a lot of items to do it. And they often did this double defensive support strat, and that's why you see them, after picking the Ab and the Lich, they immediately start banning the Chen and the Drow, because what's really good versus this is just really fast 5-man gameplay, and TNC have just spec'd towards that in a different way by going for this double aura strat now. In fact, triple aura, kind of, with like the Underlord building all the auras, as well as his own kind of, you know, degenning auras, essentially, with the damage minus, and they're looking pretty scary from TNC, especially leaving their potential carry or support for last, because if they really want to play fast, this could even be a 1 venge.
That would be pretty wild. And now into an OD. Okay, I feel like this is a good and bad OD game. It's good in the sense that that ult counters pretty much everything right now. You're going to take over this game if it gets past, let's say, 30 minutes. However, OD needs a little bit of time before he's scary, and TNC, if they do want to play this fast, whether it's position 1 Venge or not, you could kind of get run down before your OD is hitting too hard. Now it makes me curious how Nigma are going to round out this roster. I think they need something that can skirmish a little bit earlier, and they do ban out the Lifestealer now for the side of TNC.
What about the Ursa's? Ursa feels kind of bad into both swap and the fear now from the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I'm pretty out on the Ursa. I don't know what looks good.
10 seconds.
Bloodseeker's not bad. They're gonna be 5-manning. You can D-push pretty well.
Seconds remaining.
Not really a hero you see them pick up that much, though. Could they? No, I don't think they really want to go like PL or something. They could try that. I kind of feel like that's what they are gonna try. Is to just outlast this, but I think I would like the Ember or the Bloodseeker. Yeah,
PL makes me nervous because I think you've already got that kind of late game win condition set up with the OD a little bit. As long as you pick a one that can scale, as long as you don't grab Axe or something really straight, try to counter the tempo.
All right. Well, I think we should just assume they're going to pick Ember at this point, looking at the drafts. They'll give safe lane Ember to Miracle because then it's pretty good with the Lich, right? You can actually put some pressure even onto Underlord and Rubik. You might even get a little bit of help from the Tiny too for some kill combos.
TNC.
They're gonna
ban Void.
Yeah. And they're gonna pick
Big
Ember.
nuisance in game one. Snipe it, bud.
Yeah. Wow, it's easy when they pick the same heroes over and over.
Oh well, I feel like the meme joke has been, well, if they have to pick, if they've got 9th pick and there's a mid that you just don't know what to go for, just grab Ember. He's a little bit of everything. He's pretty well rounded. He's mobile. He's damage.
10
He can
seconds.
lane. He can scale. He can fight in the mid game.
Yeah.
A lot of different item builds.
5 seconds.
Makes sense.
Now he can do it in both safe lane and mid. What a treat.
There you go. Even better. So TNC, this is going to be the big decider. Where does this Vengeful Spirit go?
It
any
should
other
be
ones
5.
that you
I don't think you really want to go too crazy. Is there Magnus still in?
I believe so.
Safe lane Mag would have been kind of hype. Oh, the Puck.
Heroes.
Are we safe lane? Yeah, safe lane Shadow Fiend.
Very cool. So it's the March Vengeful Spirit. Armel takes the Puck mid. Of course, KP on that Underlord. And as you mentioned, Gabby on the Shadow Fiend. Wow.
I gotta shout out my boy Scant. because I saw him tweeting this morning. Humongous fan of TNC. He's known the TNC guys for like forever, like 3 or 4 or 5 years or something at this point, which is pretty much forever in Dota. And back in the day, TNC was they used to innovate all kinds of stuff. Like they came up with like the jug mid strat. They came up with they basically started a lot of those melee mids with like poor man shield. That was like a big TNC innovation back in the day. Another thing that they've been innovating lately was this like DK safe lane, right? At least for me, they were the first team I saw trying that. I think maybe Alliance might have tried it too. I can't remember who else it was, but this looks very similar, right? They're basically just taking this like mid hero who needs a lot of levels and tries to scale and like push the tempo, and they're like, well, maybe we can just move it. Maybe we'll just put it in the side lane. Why not? Still trying to abuse all of its mechanics.
Yeah. I think I like this TNC draft just a little more. No, I was talking about Venge Underlord as combo in the context of what Venge can do with Puck, and then they pick up Puck. Like, this team just has so much gotcha here. It's so sticky. You know, coils and stuns and swaps and pits and telekinesises, and then if you get stuck in any of those, there's going to be a Shadow Fiend there to pop up with big-time burst damage on the Shadow Raises. Like, I think the pick-off potential for this team is going to be very hard for even with the Abaddon. I know Abaddon is a great hero to have against that stuff because he has the dispel, but I don't know if he's going to be enough. I'm a little skeptical.
Well, the last time they attempted the safe lane SF, it was versus Team Secret, so, you know, take this with its own, you know, you have to compare who you're playing, but it didn't end too well. They lost in under 30 minutes to a TA Morphling draft, and Gabby did not have the best time. So we'll see if this one works out a little bit better for them. What's his lane matchup going to be? They are currently bringing the aggression down bottom of their tri lane. They say, you know what? Shadow Fiend's really bad level 1 in the mid lane. He'll be even worse in a dual or tri lane.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to let him go like solo 1v1.
Your last move.
See how TNC reacts. They're starting with the same thought in mind. Aggro try, probably looking for a pick-off before they leave KP on his own.
Yeah, and the big key right now is to just not get scouted. You don't want them to find out where your Shadow Fiend is. That's why you see Gabby standing like that. He's not going for either bounty rune. Just hiding away in his little tree line.
He chilling.
Started to poke out there, and March yelled at him. Like, get back in. Do not show. I don't care if you're feeling antsy.
I do like this kind of a lane start for TNC, though. Very reminiscent of what we saw last game. They often do this where they want KP just to get his footing, and then they'll leave him alone to play around with the lane and create that chaos. I think Underlord is very much like Timbersaw in that regard. Level 1 is your roughest spot by far. You feel like you don't really do anything until you get level 2, level 3, then you can start to take over the lane. So very important to make sure he doesn't just get completely zoned out, bullied, and stuck at level 1.
You see GH? Just came mid lane, walked in here, and I got hit by the tower. Instantly pings, so he knows that ward is there. Nice little bonus to his mid laner. You're welcome.
Begins.
You might wish to retract your last
Now,
move.
does he have the sentry already, though? He does not. Someone send this boy a sentry.
Even bounties again.
So Gabby just got spotted by the ward. So they know that he's now rotating all the way around. And they're doing the body block plays here, too.
Yep. And TP coming in. It will be the Rubik.
Man, laning's so weird now.
Good patience from the Shadow Fiend, though, not to just burn that TP. The conventional logic is first the TP loses that rotation battle.
Look what Kuro did, though. He instantly TP'd top and just started running around here trying to figure out who's still up here.
It's a battle for intel.
And now he saw March hiding there. He's gonna body block him in, make him burn a tango. Would have had to spend anyway, not a big deal. Gabby still hasn't skilled anything.
They'll throw a little bit of damage into Kuro. Not that the Shadow Fiend is too intimidating at this level 1. But things will settle down a little bit.
Oh, the courier. Oh, the Weehaw. messed up there with his micro. Just left his courier standing there in the mid lane.
Oh, no.
I'm going to blame the fact that it looks exactly like a dire creep because I thought it was one for a second. So, poor courier choice, or maybe very smart courier choice, but either way, did not work out for him.
Cuts both ways, it seems.
Radiant's middle tower.
A little bit of a struggle for Gabby, as always with Shadow Fiend. Level 1's tough. He did go Shadow Raise, so no Necromastery yet.
Yeah, you need a really secure lane to try and take that level 1.
Yep.
The mid lane not going too poorly for Weehaw. Even though he lost his courier, this is it should start moving towards the favor of the puck. This is one of those matchups that people used to try and counterpick the OD with for quite a while last year. And then Weehaw just securing the range creep there with the Astral. Gets a couple bonus. Oh, he got 3 there too as Armel misses the deny. Very nice.
Yeah,
but he will finally cash in.
Oh, Shadow Fiend up top. Sorry. Gonna get chased down. That's your first blood for mind control. March probably gonna fall as well. Kuro gonna take credit for that one. 2 kills up top for Nigma as they strike first.
What were you gonna say? What is it about the matchup?
So what is it about the matchup that allows Puck to kind of dominate ODs? Just have enough damage and...
You basically, you can just focus all your damage. You kind of like control the fight as the Puck, right? Because like, in order for OD to deal damage to you, he has to either Astral you or he has to Orb you. And with the Orb, you obviously have the phase shift to deal with that in those key situations. And then by comparison, the Puck has the Waning Rift, which has kind of similar range to the Astral, but obviously there's no counterplay. Like you get to silence them, do a bunch of damage, and keep right-clicking them. It's not like Astral where they just kind of like sit in there before eventually taking some damage. Plus, then on top of the silence, you have the Illusory Orb, which obviously is much longer range. So,
I see. And down bottom, that was a nice setup on the KP. I don't know if you caught that, but GH tossed him into the tower, and that's what made the whole thing possible. Another kill.
Still watching this this mid lane. It's pretty interesting. Things that OD has an advantage though is that the OD does have the 7 armor, which is nice. Has a little bit more movement speed there as well, but yeah, it's starting to get a bit worse there. As Weehaw went for the Astral into the creep, so Armel took full advantage. Armel should be able to get that haste rune as well, so Weehaw gonna have to be careful.
And Puck also in this captive heroes just trades well. He has a lot of damage. So does OD, but Puck can kind of keep up with him. He's only behind by a couple, so they can square up.
Puck usually gets to decide when the trading ends too, right?
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
Mind control. Well, it's getting pretty low, but now they turn on to March, and the turnaround is just too much between the Aphotic Shield and the Frost Shield. Mind control is pretty beefy. Gabby now surrounded. Mind control trying to bait him a little bit and gets caught by the raise. That's a kill for Gabby. Courier coming in. Gabby falls. Will the courier die? Kuro, he's chase it, but he's just too slow. 2 movement speed disadvantage.
That's rough.
Be able to close the
yeah, no, I'm not gonna catch up there.
That's tough.
Needed the Agi tread toggle there for the 2 movement speed. You know. GH looking for a toss back here, but just onto creeps. No additional damage going to be coming out there. Doesn't throw him over to Miracle or anything.
So far, just a Baden lane seems to be working out quite well for Nigma. The chase down onto Gabby. He just came back to lane. We forced a salve already. There's a Sinister Gaze onto March, and they've got plenty of damage. Mind controls, right clicks, more than enough.
All I'll say, though, is that Gabby's still getting a lot of farm. I still think this... Like, I think they want someone who can just pressure and actually, like, kill the Shadow Fiend.
Bro, when you look at
like, he's still getting souls, he's getting denies.
Yeah, he's right up there with the mid laners.
Yeah, like, he's fine. This is where one of those games where you're playing that and you legitimately do not care if you die. If you die and it means your Shadow Fiend gets to farm 2 entire creep waves, which is what just happened because of the way they had to push to kill March, that was a victory for TNC. Which is like one of those really annoying parts of Dota because it's counterintuitive to like killing a guy being a bad thing, but I think that is a situation where you actually just made the game worse by killing March, which feels really stupid, but sometimes that's Dota.
Yeah. That's Dota. Almost found a kill on the Ember Spirit down bottom. And to echo your point, the Shadow Fiend is still ahead of him in terms of CS and net worth. Has not been an easy lane in the bottom for Nigma.
To be fair, I mean, March is also like less net worth than he started with, so, you know, there's also that.
It's Avenge, though. I'm not, of all the sacrificial heroes, I'm not particularly worried about it, though. We'll see up
that was nice.
again. the gap. Will they turn up the march? They're actually going to be able to finish the Shadow Fiend this time. It looks like stick charge is not enough. And now they focus on the Vengeful Spirit. Does have another stun. Looking for the kill on Mind Control, but can't find it either. Another tough break. 8-1 now. Kill stacking up for Nigma.
Yeah, not respecting the slow there, I guess, from the Abba to put him in range of the gaze, because the gaze is just what absolutely wrecked Gabby there. Pulling him back in for that finishing out of the Curse of Avernus. Really stacked up damage. So big kill for the side of Nigma. Unfortunately, he is going to get another full wave here. Get his souls back, so he'll still have some standing presence in the lane as Kuro comes up to place down an Observer Ward again, continuing that pressure onto them, but March did spot him placing it down. So that'll get dewarded soon. And double stack there from March, setting up again for Gabby.
Always huge for the
down
Shadow
bottom.
Fiend. Oh, yeah, they grab KP. That's it.
GH with the big dives, but Armel makes the rotation to try and get something here. It's a level 5 Ember. It's tempting. He's going for it.
Pops the coil. Trying not to break the leash, but he does, and that ends up being an easy one for Armel. Plenty of damage. All right,
yeah,
good
the
rotation
was,
in the end.
Rubik was coming in with actually no mana. I guess Puck could have just bottled him if they really needed it, though, so it's fine. And speaking of which, he actually has the gold for the Arcanes now on Tim's. Pretty rich Rubik to start.
Yeah. His mid lane is stacking up, though. Armel really pulling ahead. 44-14 compared to the 34-7 on Weehaw, and plus that rotation kill. Pretty big net worth gap at 8 minutes.
And I think a lot of those last hits for Weehaw are also neutrals, because he's well behind in net worth.
Regeneration.
At least he can play up front now, because he doesn't have to worry about the Dream Coil. So Weehaw trying to put his own pressure there. Man, that is a nice couple of items. Gets the broom handle into the Ironwood tree.
The tree is solid, right? That's one of the ones that's considered super value.
Yeah, 7 stats, man.
That's pretty good.
Playing a tree never hurts either. You know, you can make some cheeky plays.
Yeah, it's cute.
I want to see it with tiny eggs. You know, clearly that's a play, right? Just slowly amassing your tree army. Hide in the Roche pit. Make a big forest.
You seem to be right, though, about the state of this laning phase. 9-2. You kind of feel like Nigma should be ahead, but they're really not. Shadow Fiend and Puck still getting great farm. Engagement onto Mind Control. That's a borrowed time. Tim's also making the rotation. It's a level 5 Lich, so they can clump up all they want. Right-clicking down. Sinister Gaze. Well, now gets a counter kill into March. GH making the rotation as well. A 1-for-1.
Oh, they got Coil. Nice toss back from GH.
Armel drops it. GH definitely going to be done for.
Oh, no. Mind Control, why'd you come back in? All right, wait, so they actually...
TP coming. Just let this one go. Kuro back in the fray. Not even close to level 6.
Armel definitely wants to dive this. He wants to get shielded, but they want to dive this guy because he's got no ulti.
That Lich just evaporated. Nice raise combo as they commit onto Mind Control. Tower, no ulti to save him. And it is TNC that strike right back. Big combos in the top lane, and they will reclaim that net worth favor.
Man, TNC are just on point. Really liking this group up style that's taken hold in the patch, and they're gonna get that top outpost. And if KP hurries with this, but that's why they're glyphing. They're glyphing that bottom wave so that Miracle has space to get that outpost. As March does fall again in the river.
Distracts him in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The outposts do once, so that XP stays even.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, now the chase down onto Gabby. MC keeps up the pressure, but Armel's here again. Has the coil, but with the ulti, does not want to waste it. Has some vision down here still. They tried to sentry it. Oh, actually, they did get it now. All right. So
TNC
that'll get taken out.
Grabbed that tower, of course. Number 1. So Weehaw looking at Aghanim's first item.
Oh, more stacks too. You see this? You see that? March just waved up here. Gabby stacked this camp. And, well, Tim's tried to join in with the stack over here on the side, but he messed it up. But we'll just pretend that Tim's wasn't there. They almost had a full triple stack in this nice triangle for their SF.
Is under attack.
Do you think Valve were like, let's make it a real triangle now? It's beautiful. It's a little isosceles, I think, if I drew straighter lines. Not quite an equilateral.
Can't all be perfect.
No.
Regen coming out for the Underlord.
What is it when it's 3 like different angles?
Isosceles?
No, that's 2 of the same.
A scalene.
Scalene! That's it. Man, nice one. Look at you. Someone paid attention in geometry.
Yeah, I pulled that one out of the vault.
Yeah, that's... Man, thank God that's taking up valuable brain space in your head.
Talk about useless information.
Can't remember a phone number you need, but you'll never forget what a scalene triangle is. Man, geometry really took a lot of time. Those rhombuses, those trapezoids, what were they good for?
Angles. Speaking of angles, down bottom,
got the angle.
KP, and they found it. A chain cross going to follow him up in the air as it bounces around and secures the kill. KP takes a tumble, but now the swap, looking for a setup.
Oh,
March
he's spicy.
Vision.
He's fast. He's zooming. All right, and he goes for Kuro.
Coil does connect only on the Lich. Big damage on the Tiny. Frost Shield might be enough. Sinister Gaze. Armel gets comboed down. No, he doesn't. He lives. They do get the kill on GH, though. The stolen aphotic shield, keeping Armel alive. Miracle burn him down. Can't quite get it. The hop, the jaunt, it's there. Armel lives. They kill Kuro on the back line. Now OD's here, and the bandit should finish him off, but not enough to save Miracle. Mind control. Might have to use that borrowed time. Stun on the OD.
Oh, that was
Gabby
sick.
Hits the ult. They're disabled. They get Weeha, and it's a disaster for Nigma. That puck was just way too sticky. I actually thought they comboed him down at first, but he got off the phase shift, and that reset the entire fight.
That swap into Requiem for the Fear was sick. That was so cool. Very nice play from March and Gabby. I love the way that Miracle, like, even though he died, the way that he threw out that Remnant, but he knew that Armel was going to phase shift the Remnant damage, so he waited before he jumped to the Remnant, but even getting every last bit of damage, still not enough there, as Puck just so elusive and able to dance to the tree lines ever since they buffed up that jump on Waning Rift, giving it that mobility aspect. Now, another long jump from Miracle here. He wants revenge.
Wow, they're going to go deep. They're going to grab March, but Gabby and Tim's are here. Potentially scary for Nigma, but it looks like it will just be a quick pick on the Venge. And TNC going to respect their lack of cooldowns.
Yeah, they are pretty short, though. I mean, the coil already back up. The Requiem under a minute away, too, and that's only going to get lower. The levels keep coming.
I guess the bigger issue is that Puck's TP was on cooldown, so couldn't really do that little skirmish.
Yeah, I think coil was coming up, like, just as it was ending, too. Like, they knew that they were pretty safe from the Puck. Oh, stolen remnants here from Tim's. And
KP's been pretty quiet, just pushing out this top lane the whole time. And he all of a sudden has a Hood of Defiance now.
Is under attack.
At that tower.
yeah, he's kind of adopted this playstyle. A guy who used to be known as very aggressive and making these like big blind jumps and stuns. Ever since he started playing like that Veno style, he's kind of moved that onto a lot of his other heroes because of how successful it's been. Just keeping one of the lanes pushed constantly.
Oh, they found him. That's a Dark Rift.
I'm out.
All right, should be able to live here.
Did he go mid? Or no, he went home. Damn. That was the panic ult. Didn't get. If he went mid, that would have been way better. But he just TP, I'm sure. Oh no.
Coil mid. They toss March in. GH is here. It's a big reaction out of Nigma. They will get the kill on the March. And that's it. TNC just back right up. Go, okay. Whole team would show up, but they want to make sure Weeha stays alive. And now counter push the other way.
Miracle wants to go in here. Nigma are very close to their timing. The rushed Aghanims that we see all the time on OD now, especially from Weeha. I believe combining with the qualifiers and the LAN event, OD went completely undefeated at the minor. That counts all region qualifiers.
What?
And the LAN. He went 12-0.
What?
Yeah. I was looking up the other day before I was watching this. And so Weeha himself, I think, was 6-0. I want to say. So we'll see if he can keep the streak going.
Yeah, I mean, he does tend to be a hero that you only pick him in scenarios when you have like 10th pick and it's a good OD game. So you're not. It's not a hero you just force in and you can get counterpicked by. So I guess in some ways that stat makes sense, but that's
pretty crazy.
Any time at any minor, I've heard of a hero doing a 12-0 run like that. That's impressive. Up top, borrowed time. Control's good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Tim's
attack.
just kind of lurking there. Man, that bonus damage on the Aphotic Shield, just like for someone like a Puck, just adding additional like 200 damage onto your initiation is pretty nice.
Tower has fallen.
Oh yeah. Puck is just so insane. Can any other hero do as much damage with the amount of mobility that Puck has? I guess maybe Ember Spirit is up there.
Yeah, pretty much only Ember, but that's with a lot more items. But well, now that Puck has all these like physical damage capabilities, maybe not. Oh, but there it is, the Aghanim Scepter fully delivered now onto Weehaw. Very scary. This is where this OD is quite dangerous, and with an Essence Ring too. That's a nice item for an OD to have. Oh, how about a Nether Shawl? Oh, okay. Well, that's sick. His ulti just got 8% better.
Wow.
That's a big item.
Lucky find right there.
You know, I learned something recently about Essence Ring that I didn't realize. It's not like Soul Ring, because you actually heal for 425 and you gain 425 max health. So Soul Ring, you just you gain max mana, right? So like you don't you're not actually like gaining anything in that sense. It doesn't like restore mana and then give you max mana on top of that. But you can be missing health, use the Essence Ring, and then when your max health goes away, you'll still be fully healed, not just percentage healed, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty nice.
So it's better than Soul Ring by a lot. Borrowed time. Again, Mind Control gets the reset. Looking to wait things out, but reinforcements are here. Just throw now. Their whole team is on the way. Another swap. They're just going to bring down Mind Control. Chain Frost jumps into the neutrals. However, still enough bounces onto March that sets it up for the kill. GH will get credit for that. 1 for 1.
I think Nigma have stabilized very well here. I think TNC probably could have snowballed a little bit harder here with how this like Puck and Shadow Fiend popped off. I think they were aiming to be like controlling the area around Roche by now and being close to just taking it down. But instead they've kind of stalled out here. They've let some big items come out. The Blink Dagger on the Tiny is there, ready to fight. They have this Aghanim Scepter on Weehaw here too. Plus Miracle is closing in on the Maelstrom. They will grab another kill onto Kuro, but much like those kills earlier onto March, they don't matter that much. Now this is good.
Gonna go down for it, so certainly not worth that trade.
Yeah, they got problems now. I think Nigma are in a very good spot. They need that next big item for Gabby, the BKB, to be absolutely huge.
Nice neutrals in his inventory. They're going to need to take a pretty good fight soon. Tier 1 mid in deny range now. Mind Control stays committed to the cause, though does get denied by KP. Borrowed time into Telekinesis. Pit of Malice. Mind Control going to be in some trouble here.
Oh, that stolen Chain Frost. God, these Astrals are so annoying. KP still in the front lines, down low and evaporated. That's the hammer from Wii, and now the real fight begins. They jump in onto March. Nigma get 2. TNC back up. They need a reset. 19 to 12, 20 minutes. Nigma have absolutely regained control. Remember that lack of mistakes we discussed with TNC in the last game? I think they've just made some pretty big ones now. Like, forcing that fight when you know the tower's going to be gone anyway, initiating onto an ABBA all while your Puck is dead is just not good plays. That reeks of, like, you feel the game slipping away, and so you're trying to create a turnaround situation in what kind of feels like a low-risk thing. Like, oh, we'll just poke and maybe we'll catch him and draw him back, but you're not respecting the fact that Ember can force you into this fight, and OD can force you into an engagement by astraling you. No way. Miracle lives in the mid lane. They didn't commit that much, but still, that would have been a free kill on the Ember. Yeah, with the coil, you feel like you're going to get it, but now they feel pressured to go into the Roche pit, and with the auras, they should be able to do this pretty quickly. Miracle obviously has to go all the way home, and they know that, and they're trying to take advantage of that. They kill it pretty quick, but not that fast. Ember can definitely still get back into the fight.
Dire's middle tower
This is not going down fast enough. Oh, GH is going in, dude.
GH is he gonna go for it?
Big
100
wave.
HP. TNC should be out of the pit. There's no coil for another 20 seconds. This is risky, but they make it happen. A great intimidation play from Armel as Gabby finishes it off. Aegis in the hands of that Shadow Fiend. Nigma dancing around, considering an engagement, but they will back off. Certainly not going to charge up to that high ground.
That was a great wave of repair by March to cancel a blink in there from GH.
Smart play from TNC overall, though. They take some risk, and it pays off. They are a tough team to fight in the Roche pit. I mean, OD and Lich are pretty good in those areas, but Pit of Malice, the Shadow Fiend in general, they love those tight corridors here.
Yeah, and right now, Weehaw still likes playing a little bit back in the fights until he's the BKB, so going down into the river like that is going to be dangerous for all that AoE until he's the magic immunity. I'm trying to hold this Arcane Rune, but they saw Armel wouldn't get there in time.
The Ags first build totally feels worth it on Outworld Devourer, but it changes the playstyle a little bit. You don't have that mobility. You know, you can't. You're using Astral slightly more to set up and save your allies and
good
save yourself.
Hey,
shift.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Puck's good. Now maybe March.
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh, got some friends nearby. Swap onto mind control. Grab is the target they really want to go on. The banish onto March, still on run. The stolen fought shield help keeping him alive. Chain Frost only takes one bounce. They don't get the toss in time. No, it's still going. Okay, it's good damage from the Lich, but now coil on 3 from Armel. They need some follow-up damage. They've lost March. Now the ulti from Shadow Fiend breaking up the fucking mind control. Still has the borrowed time. And there it is. That's his reset. It's only a dead March. TNC do a lot of damage, but they can't actually find the kill.
They tried to do like the using the just did not quite work out there, and that Chain Frost was brutal. It went back up the high ground.
Yeah.
Gabby didn't want to like try and pop his Manta. I think maybe that was the play. Could have perhaps saved March, but
I can't believe they got it. I thought that toss came out too late and it broke the bounce, but it was there. Most damage in the fight for Dire came from the Lich.
Yeah, it's just like getting caught in these terrible environments for the team to fight, and every single time it's MC with the great positioning there on the Abba to just shut down any good-looking spell casting from the side of TNC. It's just everything's ugly and awkward because MC's just in the way.
Yep. And Armel, great positioning from GH, kind of predicts where the puck might go. Gets off another phase shift. Blink is there just in time, but it's still not enough. Miracle gets him.
Yeah, I think if he didn't get the Maelstrom proc, he lives.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still a nice pick for Nigma. Great read from GH. It seems like mind control is actually getting into their heads a little bit. In all these fights, you know you don't want to initiate on the Abaddon, but TNC, it looks like they feel like they have to in some of these scenarios. Because you can't just ignore him and let him stack up that Curse of Avernus on his target of choice.
Mid lane.
They're going to find Gabby, and no way to save him. That's the Aegis down. TP reactions, though. We have BKB, a couple of seconds left. Fear, Gabby about to go down again. Can't get off the ulti. Now March getting chased down by Miracle. Remnant comes down. How far do they want to dive? Another Astral should set up onto the door.
One more is still there. We want some more.
Wow, even a Chain Frost. Okay, that definitely secures it.
This Agnes is insane.
A prize.
It's funny how OD's Aghanims have gone from good to useless to busted. He's had such a roller coaster of Aghanims.
Dude, I loved the useless one where it would Astral everyone you ulti. That one was just, that was one of the peak useless Ags.
Yeah, and then they changed the way they kind of retooled him without retooling the Ags. So it was actually, I think
then it was totally worthless, yeah.
One game where that came into play, where an OD was like defending a throne in a base space.
No, they were attacking a throne against a
Radiant are scanning.
He just astraled them all.
Yeah, so they
and then he
straight up
and astraled them all.
focused the throne when they were all banished. It was kind of badass.
Yeah, that was-
one use
Under
case.
attack.
One game ever. No, it won't be this game, because that's long gone. And are they smoking again here? It looks like it, and they are. So basically just doing the exact same play under the exact same wards. Miracle is seen right now by the side of TNC, so they only really get caught here if they try and go for a grab onto Miracle.
Where's the BKB? Still not there for the Shadow Fiend. 500 gold off.
Well, he keeps dying, Zyori. How's he going to get a BKB?
I know.
He's 4-4
I was just about
before.
to credit Nigma with the timing of this aggression, trying to cripple this Shadow Fiend before he gets the key item.
Working now has moved on to greener pastures. He's now a lane pusher. He said, all right, I see where this game's going.
Well, at least it's something. He does have that Maelstrom Aghanims queued up. Still pretty far away, but that would be a big item for TNC. He's already done a lot of work with this Dream Coil. They've got some pretty cool tools to try to break the tethers, and those can be game changers in fights. It's a shitload of damage, bud. 700.
Well, the big thing is they have this, like, all these wombo combos. They're trying to do the fear out of the tether. They're trying to do the swap out of the tether. They get telekinesis out of the tether, so... This is like the big brain wrote it up on my, my internet message board to talk about how I'm going to be so good at Dota, you know?
Yeah.
You know, guys, I've thought of something the pros have never seen. What if I just get all mobility to snap people out of a coil?
Very manageable lead for Nigma right now. TNC behind. Look at that gold graph, and it is swung, but still within one team fight for either team. Dire scan, a little bit of intel. Gabby invisible, might get initiated on here. There's a Radiance Sentry Ward. Dire don't have vision right now. Coil on 2. They pop Kuro to start the fight. There's the BKB on Gabby. Defensive Astral. Sets it up. Abaddon takes a lot of damage, as does the Tiny. The Pit of Malice, they just can't get out. It's too late. Defensive Astral again gets a reset. Weehaw with the BKB. He wants to go in to drop the hammer. They do find one in Tim's. Make it 2 now as March goes down, but Weehaw only killing supports. Still able to put this fight up enough that TNC have to retreat. Dark Rift gets used, and TNC just head back to the high ground. Buyback from Kuro, so it was a 1 for 2.
The potential roach spawn is coming up soon too here, so Nigma trying to keep control of that part of the map. Zyrmel continues his quest to push lanes. Oh, did he just find a mango tree? Did. But there's no way to break it. Sad life.
Repair kit. So what's the consensus on repair kit? I heard Kyle talking mad smack on the repair kit at the miner, I guess.
It's like...
I thought it was one of the better items, but I guess because it's charged based, that's really what makes it feel kind of meh as opposed to the alternatives for the tier 3 neutrals.
I would say it's not that great, but it's like there are definitely situations where they have a very specifically timed push. I think it's pretty good when, like, for example, the enemy has Aegis and they're trying to come high ground. Like, if you put that thing on a tower, no one really wants to try and fight into that.
Okay.
But it still can't really save you if you're that far behind, because they'll just kill you all and then just all hit the tower. So, you know, it has to be in, like, really tight games, I think.
Up top, a battle over the outpost.
They will get it in time. Nice.
Nice attempt from GH. He got that interrupt.
Yeah, if there were only 2 heroes, they might have been a little bit short.
That Aghanims is coming on Armel. Another 1,000 gold, and he's got it. I think that's probably what TNC are really waiting for, and there you go. The Halberd also comes out on Underlord. Great tool against the OD.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, with the Aghanims, he's still kind of fine.
Well,
I just pressed W. At least this will slow down his mind breaker, too. Man, if he silences the puck and then enforces the early Yules at Armel and he just gets Searing Chains, he's going to be a very sad puck player.
Wow, this item used to silence for 4 seconds.
Well, you know. Even
2 still seems pretty good. Was this the item that you were saying the other day you feel like is still busted?
I don't remember.
I forget. There was one you were complaining about. I feel like it was mine. Alas,
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely Mindbreaker, yeah, because it was like the way it stacks up on certain heroes is just it's just too much.
OD gets an Orb of Destruction.
Not the best OD item, perhaps.
Shadow Fiend.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a good Shadow Fiend item.
Yes. My bad. That one's on me. Scythe of Vice, though, very close for the OD, and that is much scarier. 4,100 gold in the bank right now.
So what do we got? The Radiant team got the Orb, the Titan Sliver, and the Repair Kit. Dire got the Repair Kit, the Spider Legs, and the Mindbreaker. I like Spider Legs quite a bit. I like them on OD. They have them on GH. That's also very good. Trying to find good angles for the tosses.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm in on the Spider Legs. And there's that Shiva's now on the Ember Spirit. Man, he's ended up finding a lot of farm this game. Number 1 on net worth overall. Of course, he's had that BKB for a while. Hasn't used the 10-second charge yet.
He's going for the Octarine as well, not the eggs. All right, now he's queued up Octarine and Mjolnir.
Double damage on Gabby. Half duration left, but it'll be a great time to find a fight. Armel jumps in.
Oh, nice.
Forces the BKB, but there's the combo.
He should be dead.
They have the damage, though. If they don't, they can't kill him.
That's Shiva's.
Chain Frost now going to bounce around. Nigma reset this fight, and now KP makes the call. We're getting out. Dark Rift, gather round. It's a great save.
Oh, yeah, but the other two got left behind.
Tim's TP, he makes it. Okay, they make it out. Now TNC get the reset. They go back the other way on to GH. Kid of Malice. There's a Yule Scepter. War of attrition right now.
You don't have coil.
The wraparound.
Why are you fighting?
Here comes Weehaw. BKB drops a hammer, gets the kill on Gabby. Now brings down March. 2 on the sideline. Carmel jumps in. Trying to clear up these creeps, but can't quite get it. Tims gets tossed in, and now he's going to be in trouble. 3 down for TNC.
Is that a Rubik stolen Sanity's there?
I think so.
I have no idea why they tried to re-engage.
Radiant's middle
That just seems terrible. Why would you re-engage when they still have Sanities and you don't have coil for another like 20 seconds? Might as well have tried to fight the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Most of them have buybacks. Everyone except March. Kid on the ground. See if it comes into play. Get a Malice again.
Radiant's top tower.
And tier 3 up top goes down. Probably not going to commit for the barracks on this push, but now a 10k net worth favor. Nigma very much in control.
Yeah, TNC just really desperate to find anything there, and I think that's what led to that attempt to go back in, maybe hoping they'll catch them off guard, or they're just thinking that, you know, Miracle's BKB, for example, was down, so they were hoping that that would be enough for them to try and get a kill, but still way too many tools and options available for Nigma in that situation. And man, the fact they didn't get Miracle right at the beginning, it probably wouldn't have mattered, assuming he had buyback. Oh, actually, he didn't have buyback, so yeah, that would have been huge, because then he couldn't have just like remnanted right back in the fight, and they would have had a true like 5-on-4. Could have secured Roche after that, but the Shiva's guard slowing down the damage he was taking while he was stunned up.
Looked like a great setup, but wasn't there. Now starting to feel like TNC are a little all in on this crazy combo of the Dream Coil with the Shadow Fiend Fear. If they can get 2 or 3 tether snaps in a fight, they might have the damage. Bounty Rune gets picked up by KP. Mind Control still has the ultimate. Such a tough target to lock down. Does walk into the pit. Tether, toss. Oh, they can't get there in time. It was a cheeky little play, though. They might still get the setup on the GH. Another good Astral. Another Yule. They've got so many ways to counter-initiate on Nick. Astral again is still alive. Now the Hex comes out, and Shadow Fiend's in big trouble. Weehaw not able to finish him off thanks to the BKB on Gabby. but still, huge damage as now March will be left behind. BKB used by Miracle. Their Astral setup. TNC haven't abandoned yet. Still lingering nearby. 25 seconds on the coil. March gets pulled back in with a Sinister Gaze, but Kuro in pretty deep. Another Astral save. Might still be able to get off this chain cross. Kuro drops it. Out comes the hammer as well. 3 down on the side of TNC, and it's all Nigma all day as they grab another. Armel down. They've all got buybacks. But brutal fight.
I don't know. It seems like TNC have this idea that they can take elongated fights that is just completely not true this game. Like, you're fighting into constant aphotic shields, constant astrals. I don't see, like, once coil's down and you didn't get a kill, I think you just have the back.
I agree. That seems like the only time they can find these kills. Now, even the miscoils from the Abad, they've got ways to sustain and top off those long, drawn-out games of chicken. Really seem to favor Nigma, especially now that the OD has Scythe and Mindbreaker. They can just jump in and explode on somebody to initiate it.
Yeah, some great team play, though, from Nigma coming out there. Keeping GH alive, the constant astrals, the shields, and then using his own spider legs to escape up the cliff. He got chased after by Armel, but still couldn't get the kill after that, so that wasted Armel's time. He wasn't able to help his team as they were kind of battling out with the rest of Nigma down in the river. And now, with the Aegis secured, they look to force high ground as it sits on Weehaw. And the cheese is currently on MC, so if he wasn't hard enough to kill already, look at that. And MC's ready to hit buildings, dude. He almost has AC now with his plus 90 damage talent at 20.
Yeah. Yeah, he feels like a proper core. He's a tank that also does damage. Starting to feel pretty grim for TNC. A 15 net worth, or 15k rather, net worth favor, and even more in XP, about 25k. Ember Spirit, definitely going to be the first to level 25. OD not too far behind.
I love how MC can display this as a talent now. He's such a big threat to the buildings.
Double damage rune. Nigma not going to force it, though.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold on Weehaw. And you still have 3.5 minutes before you have to go if you want to use that Aegis. They had an observer ward up here that just scouted that Armel is playing in this area. So they're going to go for the pickoff here. They have the Scythe. And, oh, that creep. Weehaw just a bit too early.
Armel will be good. Wonder what Wee buys next. Moonshine.
I don't mind Blink.
Tempting. Blink, yeah. Doesn't feel like he's had big positioning issues. I guess it does let you find the catch more frequently.
Yeah, I would just replace the Aegis with Blink, I think. Get rid of the Nether Shell. Like, I don't really think the damage is the issue. You just want that one key scythe to just... Because if you scythe somebody, the only save they have is swap. And that's good and all, but, you know, they've been trying to swap these these coils and everything instead.
You're right. They've already got more than enough damage. Later this goes on, the more it just becomes about finding that catch, making it a 4v5.
Other than that, he can pretty much take his pick of any other big item.
This Nigma really don't have great sieging heroes. Ember and OD definitely don't come to mind when you talk about hitting structures.
I was pretty sick, though.
He is, yeah, but he needs somebody to back him up.
But look at this guy. Yeah. Does he?
Well, I thought so. He just gets a range barracks. Cute.
Are they now, though? I think they are.
Looks like it. Bottom's pushed out pretty far, and yeah, mid gonna be behind the river.
Someone's courier got confused. Oh, now it's coming.
Ember bottles up a double damage. You know, that 25 talent, he is scary. Oh.
This guy's crazy.
His team is kind of nearby. They're starting to rally. There is no puck right now. Armel does not have a TP. This is a 4v5 for the next 15 seconds until he makes it back to the base. There's the glyph. Backdoor protection still hasn't kicked in. So much damage they can get in onto this melee barracks. Miracle still with about a third duration left on that double damage, and there's the back door. Creeps very close though, and it's already gone.
Oh, it's not the back door, my friend. It's the repair kit.
Oh, you're right.
Bam, bam,
it
bam.
was the repair kit.
It did pretty well. They'll get another one on there. Repair.
They need more though. They lose the barracks up top. A fight budding as Armel dies. No buyback available. Nigma one step closer to finding a victory in game 2, taking us to a decider for this best of 3.
Radiant's middle tower.
Finish the Lincolns instead, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I don't know. That's bold.
I mean, this is rough. They're kind of just watching their structures fall. Puck is 1,400 gold short for the buyback. It's not a cooldown issue.
Rubik has the Aghanims though, and he's still Astral, which is really nice. So Tim's has all of these Astral charges.
Too bad you can't Astral your buildings.
Got him. All right, the Aghanims is gone. They're fighting.
Weehaw with a BKB. He'll live through the damage. March goes down. Buyback there, but the structures will not survive. Still 45 seconds on the puck.
They're just chilling. I said Aghanims. I meant the Aegis. They tried to capitalize on it, but he got the BKB off on Weehaw. So they tried to time the Aegis with the swap Requiem. Oh man, Tim's gone.
Still available as well. Tim's gets the lead in. March gonna die back. They just can't find any kills. TNC are reasonably survivable, but they just don't have the damage anymore. And look at this, Nigma not even going to back up. They know that the Venge can't buy back, and at this point, if Puck had a buyback, he would have used it, so they're just going to focus on this tier 3. Mind Control says, guys, I've got hard time, I've got cheese. We don't need to back up. I got a full reset here. And there's Tim's again. Down he goes. Die back on the Rubik. Just one by one. TNC falling apart. Busting at the seams as now Armel's back. But it's a 5v3. Even if he gets the coil of his life. I don't think they've got it here, Trent.
No, pretty similar feeling game. I would say the last game was a little bit more explosive for TNC, where they got like that one big team play in the mid that just like put them way ahead. I guess maybe we shouldn't say it's completely over, but
down pretty low. Gabby makes it back.
Okay, yeah, it's over.
See ya, Armel, and that's the GG call. 39-14. Nigma take game number 2, and we're moving to a game 3 decider for this opening series.
Fairly one-sided games here. This one maybe a little bit closer, or at least it lasted longer until it felt like it was completely out of reach for the side of TNC, but I think Nigma just perfectly identified what their lineup is way better at than TNC.
Easily. A very lovely time.
This Gyro just huge in comparison to anything else in the game right now. Eurus.
And he's gonna keep, the thing is too, is he's gonna keep that farm pace just so fast. He's gonna be able to farm just faster and faster than the heroes on the side of Secret too. So it's gonna get to be a bigger gap unless Vici loses team fight somehow, which I'm still really concerned for Secret's damage after that post laning phase. And now there's a mech on the IO on top. if he finds an essence ring in the next fight at the 25-minute mark, it's just GG.
I mean, it just feels like the Secret's best damage really comes from the bear on the front lines, but we've seen with the disable.
Oh, just kidding.
They can kill the bear. Like Matu's bear is not a threat right now.
Yeah, they absolutely can. The bear is quite weak, and like we said, they have ways to get on top of him. And yeah, whoops, I forgot Essence Ring got moved from tier 3 to tier 2. I keep forgetting that one. But he did get a Philosopher's Stone on Io, which is really, really nice. Yeah. Nisha.
Not afraid to fight this slot.
Then we see the next pickup, as we've seen a lot of times with these Night Stalkers, is you want to get into the backlines, you want to get on top of these elusive heroes, the Blink Dagger, of course. It's going to be the best option, and that then saves, then anything just becomes so much more difficult, because they're right on top of your face immediately when the fight starts with that crippling. I mean, they're trying their best. You see, they're putting, what is it, all 3 cores in a different lane at the moment. So, Matoma Ben shows bottom, Zai shows top, Nisha shows mid. Vici should read that this is just Secret trying their best to just farm the game out, trying to get themselves caught up in some way. And they're kind of responding in tandem. You know, they're doing the same exact movement.
Is there any rush for Vici this game?
In comparison to the last one, I wouldn't say so, but like the way that it ended, gets me very confused. This one though, I feel like Gyro just is gonna build the farm so fast in this game. Sure, there's a lone druid, so this Lark scales really well, but they're versus counters. And this Gyro's damn huge. And it's not just him either. He's got backup. He's got the Kunkka, he's got that Night Stalker too.
Yeah, BKB done for Ori, so I mean, now he just doesn't die. You know, these cores, especially with the rum out on them, there's no way that Secret can kill a Kunkka through BKB and the boat run buff. Yeah,
I think Gyro pretty much has BKB done too, and they have Blink on Night Stalker. So I think this is where it's core timing. Go force a fight. Go force a Roche. Go force any time you game.
Yeah, they're just so strong.
Way, way stronger. You can pretty much take any type of fight that you want on the map if you are on the side of Vici. When you get your, those 3 items delivered on the couriers, as they are coming out. And we'll see which choice do they want to make. Do they want to smoke into an engagement, or do they want to actually just try to like force the issue onto a Roche area? We will see, because they don't really have much. Do they have any vision on the map at all? Actually, I don't think they have like any. They just have the 1 ward bottom, so they did just see some movements down there. So that might be the place that they hit. TY smoked with Yang and Ori. Looks like they're trying to get some wards up so that they can actually make that jump play. And they did see Heroes bottom with that ward they did have for a moment. So probably trying to catch people here on the retreat.
They're going to catch Matu. Because Matu's trying to get away. They've slowed him. Jump in from Yang. He's staying on top of this. TPs are coming in from Secret, but the finger's out and Matu is gone. No one can get there in time to offer him any sort of backup. As these are the sort of moves you can just expect to see Vici Gaming make that go unpunished. Secret just cannot deal with these players at the moment. Zai, quick TP out will save him before Yang has another void to spare.
Somehow during that time when they were like running across those, Secret did acquire a little bit more gold throughout all of it, since it was Vici like taking time to do it, but you still feel that pressure. And I'm just, look at the map. Vici really trying to make sure their jungle is under no control from Secret. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentries, and they've got like 7 or 8 sentries and 3 defensive wards. Definitely feeling that their farm game is just that much more potent this time around. And now, who said? I think it's DD as well. They can even just take down Roche much easier.
Yeah, you're not heading over here if you're Secret unless you believe in Yapzor to make some big brain echo play. I mean, Zai trying. He's poking. Oh, he did try and grab him with the X mark. Wasn't able to quite get the puck, so Zai's able to jump back out.
He's just getting info as best as possible, maybe to try to do something here for Secret. I don't think they're contesting anyway.
They'd have to time it perfectly with the shaker.
He's not even here. He's bottom.
Yeah. He absolutely wants to. Oh, he's keeping over now.
Okay.
It's getting close. Nisha's going to jump in, actually able to kill off the line, so they now have the number advantage. Fisher's out from Yapzor on the 2 of them. Nisha able to pounce to safety, so they managed to make it a 5v4. Roshan not quite brought down yet. Vici Gaming obviously still there. They're tempted to get back in. Oh, they're tempted to go for kills in the river instead. Zai, he's trying to poke again, but he's into the silence, and he is gone. So back to even numbers on the map for teams. As Vici Gaming will feel a bit happy to head back in. Still have to be a little wary of Yapsor making a play, but looks like Secret cannot get in time. Roshan, it will fall, and Eurus will claim it, as now Vici Gaming can resume killing off Secret. They'll kill Puppey. Aegis in their hands. The game continues to feel pretty comfortable for Vici Gaming, as Secret just still struggling to make any plays onto the cores. Supports, sure, you'll see some of them die here and there, but when it comes to killing the big boys, it's a tough one. Yeah,
the damage just isn't there for them. And now the relocate's coming in. He should be able to get away though with that Fissure. Yeah, it's man. It's scary because that last game, the way everything kind of turned, but this one, it really does feel like it's completely different. Because the last one, they had so many different types of damage. It's a lot of magic. The roots. KOW.
I mean, he's got it.
He messed up the tether or something. He was on cooldown for 12 seconds. I think he maybe double capped it or something.
Back in the river. Nisha, fingered.
Haha, there she blows.
They get the bigger target there, and they continue to chase forward Yang.
They're going to drop the ult, but there's the vision for the X-Mark. Puppey, he'll disrupt himself. Zai's going to come in with the silence for Coral, trying to help his teammates turn him around, but Ori pots the BKB. Double kill for Ori, he's not done yet. They'll take down Shaker, stay on top of Zai with that silence. He does get the chance to phase shift with Blink on cooldown. He'll send it out, Yule's up, and Blink away to the orb. He'll be fine, but Yang's waiting. He's still got the Blink, I believe, and there it is, under the tower. Zai will manage to live, and now Matu's there trying to turn things around, but the torrent from Ori stops Matu from chasing. Able to save Zai, but still just trying to hold on to their dear lives. Secret against each of these fights that Vici Gaming are bringing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like you said though, killing the cores is just so damn difficult for them. They need them to be isolated, and they need both of those big cores hitting them, it seems like. And they need both the Slark and the Lone Druid to be hitting those cores to even try to be able to bring them down. Oh, a greater fairy fire. Yang should pass that one over to the to that IO. Pretty good item.
Yeah, that's very nice.
A mech and a greater fairy fire for your gyrocopter. You know, just give him 1,000+ life in 1 click, 1 or 2 clicks.
Asia. They catch him at DY. He's getting these impales perfectly every time, catching heroes by the tip.
Dire's middle tower.
And Secret, they really are starting to crumble now here in this game too. This game beginning to look very messy for them, as it really is hard to steer away for them back in on this.
Yeah.
Much more so than last game. Now, last game it was like, okay, they have the Arc Warden. They had that sort of late game turnaround potential. And Vici Gaming were definitely a lot more sloppier in game 1. But this game 2, very, very clean plays from Vici Gaming. As of yet, no large standout mistakes. They're playing the draft well. They've just got this lineup where their heroes do not die, and Secret, they've got no answer. They've got nothing to say, yeah, we can kill. They don't have that killing potential, especially when they're now 10k behind, and Vici Gaming's pushing up to the high ground.
Yeah, Vici's definitely fixed a little bit of the issues that happened, at least in that last game, and they've just they're playing really well on this one, and the lanes just came out so beneficial that Secret's just still so far behind. They can't really do much of anything. Yapsor needs like the absolute dream Echo Slam, but Vici's not really giving him those opportunities, and even if he does, I think now at this point they might just be they're probably just too tanky. They just have way too much sustain.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, these racks, they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
No chance of a hold here from Secret. They'll have Matu back up in a second, but
he's got a butterfly already now on Eurus. GKB, butterfly, Maelstrom, Ags. He's even got some.
He's got
other
Healer
items.
and Quiver. You know, they're both nice ones
over there
to swap in after the Aegis is gone.
Yep. It's looking pretty in the bag for Vici in this one now.
I do feel, game 1 was, Secret got some opportunities thanks to some mistakes from Vici Gaming. They're going to need Vici Gaming to give them a huge opportunity this game, if there's going to be any chance for Secret to turn this one back in their favor.
God, even then, I don't know. Nisha's just too far behind. He needs 2 items now at this point to be caught up to that gyro. Like, he wants BKB and the MKB before the next fight, but it's just, they're not going to give them the time. VG's going to put the pressure on.
Just the shadow dance. They're going to try and peel. I don't even the torrent. Coming in on the boat.
Nice.
Matu and the bear locked down. Dream coil into what, though? That's the question. It just holds them in place. There's no follow-up damage from the Secret as both Puppey and Nisha get run down. The rest of Secret desperately trying to escape. Matu cannot get himself away from Eurus. Double kill for the gyro. Every single fight just ending in the slaughter of Secret. They've got nothing here in this game too. And Vici Gaming is certainly exploiting that. Every single fight, it's over.
Yeah,
GG. It is called. They'll tap out of this one, Secret. But of course, it is a beautiful best of 3. We are going to get that deciding game. But overall, I gotta say, a game won very confidently by Vici Gaming. Game 1, Vici Gaming, I think they sort of let that one slip away.
Agreed.
I think out of the 2 teams, you definitely got to be more worried for Secret than Vici going into game 3.
Yeah, especially when they get, like in this game, what, they got their last pick Lone Druid, like they were probably like pretty happy with that one. I know like in the panel 2, they were saying that they were pretty happy too. I actually was like, if they can actually get out of the lanes, so they should be okay, but the lanes just went absolutely disastrous.
Yeah.
Kunkka ended up moving around a lot. Ori, as he tends to be, he's like the space maker when he plays the Kunkka after that laning start.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
towards
top
it, but you
tower
can see
is
that
under
Arteezy just heading off on the other side of the map, wants to farm up, get that Aghanim Scepter done, and then maybe it's going to be in a position where they can take a fight. Are they going to go for it now? Getting ready to jump inside somebody. Abed could be there for the Blink initiation, has the Bloodthorn done, but right now it's only Crystallized that's showing. Asha behind him now. Still off in the trees as Disruptor. They're not going to be able to find that one catch with the Stomp. They lose the Helm of the Dominator creep. Walking up to high ground, seeing if they can find an opening. They have a ward. They get the vision. Throwing out the tree to try and spot something. Crystallized is already there. He's able to get the split off. Pull back onto 1. It's not good enough as of yet from EG. Crystallized is kind of out of position here, and we'll see if Arteezy can blow him up. Trying to take him down, but the silence is already out. Gonna get the jump inside of Crit, but now tricks the tree, not really doing that much damage. Crystallized able to get the Gust pushback, trying to kill him off, but Arteezy is not doing nearly enough damage. Abed pulls back in 1. They get 2 killed off. This is kind of looking okay, but they don't have the Riki for the rest of this fight. Magical is gonna be slept, but Crystallized now gonna lay into Ramsey. Zayat stuck up on the hill, but is going to get the toss back in, and they burn through the Aegis, but they lose 2 cores for 70 seconds.
I mean, honestly, that was about as good as you could have asked for if you're EG. He's even going to force some heroes to rotate. Abed was in the mid lane trying to do some creep cutting. If they kill this wave, this draw was kind of alone for the time being.
Silence?
Radiant's top tower.
Yo, you can't keep chasing this. Okay.
Oh.
He might have overextended a bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate there. They also find Fly, toss up, trying to keep Abed alive, but it is not going to be enough. 11,000 net worth lead now for Na'Vi as Fly. Ooh, a very lucky miss there, but Nice finds him and claims his prize. 36 minutes in, they're going to break high ground, and Na'Vi came to play in game number 2. They're looking good.
That was such a big misplay there from EG. All they had to do was kill the creep wave. Like, they didn't have to. I mean, sure, it's really nice, the idea of going for the drought kill, but there's no way you had time to get that kill. Like, they were in the mid lane, you TP'd away from them. Like, Abed TP'd away from them himself. He knew where they were, and he still tried to chase. It's kind of weird.
They're chasing,
creating some space.
I was kind of curious that they didn't just go to take down the tower, but I guess with the buyback, they're a little too concerned about getting out of there.
Well, they got the racks that they came for. There's a tier 2 mid. It's pretty unlikely that they would have been able to get the second set of racks. But yeah, Crit played that very well. Still just kind of chilling, walking around. Did they see each other? I don't know if he saw. Oh, he did see Pasha. Of course, they own that outpost. Of course, they saw. Yeah, nicely done there from Crit. That's what I thought that Abed was going to do when he TP'd top. was just going to kill the wave because it was right in front of his base, and it would have, you know, put the back door almost, you know, would have triggered it soon. And then they might not have been able to just push that high ground, but he just went freaking red eyes and just chased the drow.
Like, I will take you down. Feel my pain. It's looking quite good for Na'Vi in this game number 2. And I think a lot of what set this up is just that opening, the change of pace of Disruptor Tiny and being able to do so much more on the map, as opposed to what they had last time, which was what, Warlock. Who was the other hero that they had? Somebody else that just did nothing.
It was Rubik.
Yeah, Warlock, Rubik.
They had Rubik, Warlock, yeah. Okay, if I'm going to be honest with you, like real talk for a second, if I see that support combo in my pubs, I am already asleep at my keyboard. I'm just like, I'm ready for the next game. I don't like playing with heroes that can't play the game. Yeah. Like that's my one of my biggest pet peeves is 2 supports that can't win plays.
Oh no, crit, run away, get out of there. You get the Yule Scepter lift up. And the sad pit has caught him as he is going to be pummeled and killed, trying to make whatever space they possibly can. But now they catch another Ramses. They force the BKB on him, but he does not go down. Static Storm was also used there. Have to be
getting out.
Yeah, they have a glimpse. Okay. Maybe looking for a kickoff with Arteezy nearby.
I don't know really what comes of this. I can't see this ending well for Ichi.
This does not look good at all. They toss him back in. Oh no, not again. The man goes down. No chance to cast a spell. No BKB on the Ricky. And Fly is afterwards going to be pummeled. It's getting to the point where we might see those 2 magical words pretty quickly as the glimpse pulls back the Brewmaster. They're going to beat into the big beefy boy and kill him off as well. Another one bites the dust. They're going to force out another buyback here. And just go
for it. Got a DD. Here comes the 5-man RP. Get ready, Lyrical. It's going to happen.
See if they can do it. They're trying. Atos, Pasha, tempting fate, daring anybody to go on me. It's not going to happen.
This game, it wasn't really that it got out of hand super quickly. It was more just that Na'Vi were slowly getting further and further ahead, like the entire game.
Yeah.
And I think the Underlord pick did absolute work this time around. Like, Pasha played a great game. I think his itemization was perfect. His Atos straight up killed the EG like 5 times.
Another round of it. The 2-person Pit of Malice tossed back in. Another round, why don't you? Although they get the BKB out from Abed, trying to escape. Arteezy jumps back in. No, he jumped in and got rooted. Oh, in some trouble. Tries to jump away again. He's playing topsy-turvy. His magical got a little bit juked there. They have another round of Avalanche lift-up toss. There's a lot of running, but not a lot of right-clicking coming in, as Na'Vi have gotten everything that they could have wanted. They're going to push in for this tier 2 mid, try and finish this game off.
Yeah, this is, let's say it's not looking great for EG.
Look at how much damage Pasha has. This guy's a monster.
Yeah, this is what it feels like to play a late pick Underlord. It's very, very satisfying, you know? Because all you really have to do is exist. You cast your pit or whatever on the core heroes, you use your Atos, maybe Lotus something. It's not really like super high skill gameplay, but man, is it super effective.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Not a whole lot to stop it at this point. They just drop down the pit on top of them. And even though the Ricky's not in the game, certainly not going to be able to blink strike onto that one. So tier 3 tower looking to fall in this bottom lane. EG waiting on a hope and a prayer, but 50 seconds without Arteezy means even if they find that perfect RP as the pick gets laid down, no chance for a skewer away. They do skewer in instead. RP only onto one, and then he gets 4 stabbed to try and keep him alive. They will bring down that disruptor, but it's the most pyrrhic of victories as Na'Vi are just dismantling this evil geniuses team that were so dominant in game number 1, but they came up with the answers via Coach Mag and a little bit of talk amongst themselves. And they're going to be going into game number 3 here in this Best of 3 Group D.
Yeah, it was a really nice draft from Na'Vi. We spoke about it at the pick screen. I was much happier with the heroes they picked this time around.
TNC Predators turn to pick.
And ABBA getting snatched up in the first phase either way. Like usually it was through the bans, right? They both just got banned. Then game 2, only the ABBA got through. Now we see them both making it here. So each team gonna have a very annoying, potentially offlaner. Could also wind up being a position 5 ABBA for March. I could definitely see him taking a page out of the recent Kuro strategies for this.
Right. Drow Ranger now for TNC. Another pretty annoying hero. I'm still torn on how I feel about Drow overall. She's definitely not bad, but is she that good? I'm still not entirely sure.
I mean, multi-shot's pretty cool. That ability is wild, man. You can just like
Great
pull
ability.
out these kills in lane now that were not possible with the old Drow before.
It's true. She actually has a lane presence now.
5
that
seconds remaining.
feels
Dire
good
team
compared to how she used to be, but I don't know, it just feels like if you get on top of her, she's still that counterable hero, you know? I feel like you need to build around her. I need to see a centaur or something now, just so you have a positioning tool. Abba's a good start. The Aphotic Shield's a save, of course. That is nice, but
Dire team pick.
am I off base here?
No, you're not wrong. No, it's good. Because, like, for example, you don't necessarily want to go, like, Puck or something, maybe. I mean, you still can, but you both kind of play the same role, so you really need a lot of front line if you're going to try and play that strat. Like, if they wanted to go Puck mid, then this would have to be a core ABBA, and they would need some other, probably, like, double tanky supports to try and make that situation work.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the idea of the Centaur for both teams, too, actually, right? Obviously, it's kind of hard to work in for Nigma unless they're going to do like that position 4, but the general idea of the Centaur being this idea of like mobility, like you're trying to get on top of the Drow or on top of the OD, and well, I suggested in the first phase and it makes it all the way through the second, so Nigma are going to be quite happy with that.
For
Chen
sure.
into Drow. They might even be able to pressure her lane with some early Harpies or any of those other creeps.
And now Nigma have gone for this double sustain strat that we were sort of
10
hinting at for
seconds
TNC across the Chen and the Omni Knight.
5 seconds
Very
remaining.
nice. 2 enabling heroes for this OD.
Could
Very
go the
strong.
March Warlock, perhaps, if they're kind of reflecting on how the series has gone. Like, the Warlock, a hero that they used to play quite a bit. It's all right versus this big 5-man. Oh, they could do the KP Veno. Yeah, they're going to Veno, I think, this game. So we'll get the March on the Venge. Maybe they can't fit the Veno, though, if March is going to be the Venge. There could be a Tim's Venge, a March ABBA, and a Veno for KP. I feel like the Veno is just really nice because it's good versus OD, because OD doesn't want to hit Plague Wards ever, and it has the heal reduction versus the Chen and the Omni.
Oh, okay. That's true.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the Venge Drow combo. I mean, old classic.
5 seconds remaining.
Aura up.
What's just like, it's such a good counter to the way the Chen tries to like buff all your HP regen in the laning stage, but we'll see if they think the Veno's worth it.
Yeah. It would give them a lot of slow, but not a lot of hard disable. Veno, Drow, ABBA. You don't
It'd be
really
nice if
have
they could fit a
gotcha.
DK in. Yeah, it's true. There's no real gotcha, but like a DK would be nice, but you can't really pick DK into OD, unfortunately. So why this hero is still very strong.
Is that just a completely crippling matchup? Like,
yeah,
DK has no lane.
That's just no game.
All right.
It's because he can't like push out the wave well enough either. So it's not even one of those matchups that you can like ditch and like, you know, push the wave and go hit neutrals or something. It's like, no, OD says no to that. He'll just bully you on your hill. You're not going to get 2 breathe fires out on a creep wave or something. We need a GH hero. It's going to be a Tiny.
Okay.
Played very well in that last game. All right, guys. Ember's still in the pool. So if TNC don't ban it, Nigma will pick it. I think at this point, it's just a sign of strength. It's like, until people ban our Ember and OD, we will play them every game.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I got no issues with the Ember, depending on what TNC grab right here.
Team ban.
And of course, Nigma will have the final pick. So there's the Huskar.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Okay.
Talked about him, I think, a little bit during Game 1's draft, but very excited to see him. He finally feels like a real hero. We mentioned this on the podcast that for so long, Huskar felt too one-dimensional and almost like undying level too early game. And now you can scale a little bit. You're jumping around, you're knocking people back, and you can just play like a nice, aggressive, mid-tempo kind of core.
Yeah, he's in this like weird spot now too where like we had a couple games in the minor where he wasn't doing that hot, and then the one iconic one that people have found a very good reason to complain about is that he was really far behind, and then he just filled his inventory with neutral items.
TNC
and you're like, oh,
Predators
well suddenly even though you shut
back.
this guy down in lane, just because of the way his spells work, this hero's still incredibly strong with like those items that he's supposed to only get if he had a good lane, and so it got kind of awkward, and he absolutely crushed the game despite not really having an amazing performance to start.
Yeah.
So we'll see if TNC can abuse that same idea here, as they will remove the Earthshaker here, trying to make sure there's no solid initiation here from TNC, and that is definitely looking like a lacking presence for them at the moment. It's really just a Huskar jump.
Can they fit in a puck here? I feel like that's what they need, a Dream Coil-esque.
Yeah, Tim's can play it. They could do a 4 puck with the KP ABBA.
Might be a little unconventional or what have you, but
no, I mean there's no catch right from Nigma. The only thing they have is Avatos, and if you ever do that, then you have the phase shift. You can just like get out in the middle of the avalanche.
I also like having 2 forms of AoE silence. Gust and Rift makes the Omni Knight and Shen's life just a little more annoying.
Guys, do we ban the Ember? They're having the discussion. It's like, okay, well, if they pick Ember, then we're just going to lane the Huskar versus the Ember, and so then what? Okay, so then what are we going to pick instead? No, okay, we're going to ban the Ember, guys. We did it. And we're going to get that Venomancer, so it comes out, and then we're going to get a Wind Ranger, and let's play some Dota 2. All right.
Textbook Dota.
Yep. Well, I like the Veno for all the reasons listed before.
Yeah, you kind of sniped that. Veno with Huskar, you've got a lot of damage over time. The dots are nasty.
Now, this still doesn't solve the one problem we listed of the initiation.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
what it does do, though, is that you plant. Much like the bananas, you plant when taunting. You plant wards and you march, much like March will march them as their leader, towards objectives, and you initiate on buildings. And you say, come fight us. Currently, Nigma, their initiation's also not that incredible. Last time they had the Ember to really give GH a lot of breathing room and create good options for Weehaw. So I thought they wanted something with better stuns to maybe do some shenanigans with like a Miracle OD. But they will instead give Miracle his own hero, and that will be the Slark. A potential Silver Edge buyer theoretically versus the Huskar if things get out of control, but could also just do a standard Slark build and be pretty happy here, I think.
Yeah, we talked about Slark having some counters, and when you can 10th pick him, those fears melt away.
All right, so if I am TNC, They did have to, because they didn't pick the Venomancer, so that means they have to go to that whole situation we discussed at the beginning with the Tim's Vengeful Spirit and march on the Ava. What is the bad lane matchup? Is there really any? The Omni Knight 1v1 versus the Veno.
Is that?
Might end up happening here. That seems kind of okay for both.
I would think I'd rather be the Veno in that matchup.
The way that KP plays it, probably, because he just wants to get his bots and be this constant split pushing threat across the map. It might be a hard game to play that, though. That might be partially why they went for this Slark pick, too, is that they know that KP really likes to play solo on this strategy. And so if you initiate on him, as long as you don't like burn your pounce right away, what does he do? Even if he casts all his damage spells on you, you should be able to kill him first. Because TP, you just have your pounce held.
Your future is grim.
costly. Nothing.
So I was adjusting a couple stream settings there, but sorry if you mentioned this, but how does Huskar fare against Slark? I always thought Huskar was favorable, at least for a pretty decent chunk of the game when you're trying to team fight.
I would say not that well, just because the way that Huskar wants to play, he wants his target and he wants to stick on them, right? And then Slark can always just hit the button of, okay, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Either by pouncing away or by just straight up shadow dancing. That's really the problem.
Yeah, I guess my head's just at tempo matchups where Huskar can play fast when Slark historically has wanted to, sit back, farm that Shadow Blade. I guess that build is kind of fallen by the wayside now, and Diffusal or Drums something first makes a lot more sense. But.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's still some issues, right? Because you can't dispel the Burning Spear stack, so that's something, right? Slark can't he can't decide the fight based off of that. He has to use his mobility or his invisibility instead. Invisibility being the ultimate in that case, but. Well, let's see. Any wards gonna get scattered out this time? Doesn't look like it. Just very stable wards here. I think Nigma used the same ward on the dire side. All 3 games now. As we move into... We haven't really talked about this, but this is the 3rd game in a row where the teams will both be on their respective sides here. Nigma on the dire and TNC on the Radiant. Kind of interesting.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Actually,
30 seconds
didn't even check what they chose before. It looks like... Oh, I didn't get to see the little thingy. Now that it's built into the client, it'd be nice if it showed up in the on our screen.
Oh yeah, a little historical drop down, a little tab or something.
Yeah, but
that'd be sweet.
So this time, TNC making it well known that they're going to be playing these heroes up top. They're not hiding behind or anything. So March begins his initiation on the boundary, and GH is going to try and make the toss play while we have a fight in the river. GH unsuccessful on his toss attempt.
Goes to March indeed. Tim's getting chased down. He grabbed the one in the river also. But he'll live.
Forced to take the essence early as Slark. You can't really go for the pounce unless it's like super guaranteed. So he'll just get 3 stacks to enjoy for a brief moment.
Alright, try up top. So it will be OD Huskar mid, which means bottom lane, we will have Omni Knight starting up against a solo Drowned Ranger.
Yeah, we'll see how this gets shifted off. Of course, the same thing again. KP in the Radiant off lane, helped out by both supports right away, and it looks like they just try and burn a ton of HP every time. Then they kind of analyze the situation, say, okay, has anyone moved? Okay, well, then we'll just do it again, because they're going to wait for you to make the rotation out here. They're happy with this Drow versus Omni.
Yeah. And TNC also have the advantage in this 3v3 up here. Chen, okay in these tri-lane matchups, but probably not the dream. Veno, incredible, just with that poison over time. Mitigate the regen. Very annoying hero in these stages.
Yeah, again, it's just a direct counter to the Chen. That Divine Favor buff, so... Very helpful, and, well, it will be the Radiant who blink first. Tims will make his way down here. Now, the hard camp has been blocked off here, so Tim's is going to peek out. Oh, it's blocked. Well, shoot. Now my whole rotation was pointless, and I need a sentry set down here right away, because now my control is going to get 3 more waves guaranteed here by the looks of it. And that's why they're trying to double deny this back here, but that's not going to work. So now Tim's... Oh, man, that's a painful rotation. Now he just hasn't done anything.
So what's the play? He's going to taunt.
He's going to stack the small camp and then pull that next time. But that 3rd wave, as we said, is now coming in here, and it's going to be in a good spot for mind control. Meanwhile, how has his absence impacted the top lane? Not too much. The wave is coming after Miracle here as March went and grabbed the wave. So in their 2v3, they're trying to not fight.
They do find the leash, though. Toss back onto KP.
Oh, nice.
In trouble. That's a strike for Miracle.
Yeah, Curl with the Purge Creep. Gets at him again for the double. Beautiful play there.
Ouch. Amazing for Miracle.
That is actually a really nice creep to have when they're trying to manipulate the creep wave like that. Just being able to stop them from being able to commit to those shenanigans with the big slow.
Not not only did Sark get those kills, but he is dominating CS right now. 15-5 compared to the 8-6 Drow Ranger on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they kind of missed their big payoff here of the big Veno pull with the Abba, right? Because both of them died while that whole creep wave gets pulled over here. So now things are just really awkward. And they died it again. Just need that toss back. And the Purge creep, yeah, he's there.
GH with the rotations. Easy pounce for the Slark. Leash is there. March on the run, but the slow's just overwhelming. It only takes level 2 creep. It's a 5-second duration Purge.
Yeah, they got issues. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, issues a little bit for Armel. Getting a bit spicy there as Weehaw is going in. Oh, yeah. I believe he's quite dead, sir. Expect a little bit too much damage there, but easy grab.
GH gets in to make it an easy kill. Nice movements.
Big 4-0 start.
Bummer, though, for TNC. This is brutal. Huskar, not the hero that wants to be dying at 4 minutes by any stretch of the imagination. Drow off to a little bit of a slow start. And this off lane, not great for TNC. So this is, I don't want to say 3 lanes lost, but
I would say bottom's okay. Like, the Omni's forced to pull. He's being harassed by the Venge. He actually just had to give his regen over to GH. And GH is also sitting under that same ward that spotted him when he was playing on the Earthshaker too. So this ward's been really good for shutting down the way that GH likes to play and pressuring this mid lane.
And it'll get better for the Drow as she levels up. More damage, easier to last hit, and just a little bit less.
Oh, another leash up top.
KP. Yeah, they're going to dive this and find another easy one. That Satyr Banisher is the hero. GH now with the toss.
Has been killed.
Gets March out of there.
Where did Miracle's courier die?
Not sure.
Must have been a couple plague wards. Yeah, there were 2 plague wards right in the way.
Okay.
That's rough.
I'll take that.
They're going to get at least 2 bounties top, I think. Oh, no, March is cutting through. Oh, no.
Stun.
Oh, the deny.
Very nice. Still only a level 2 Ava. There's the shield. Toss to the creep. Trying to get the body blocks. March running into no man's land.
It's probably out of mana, yeah. That is one thing about the Banisher that got nerfed a while back. So you don't have that many casts of the spell anymore, but Kuro made the most of it.
Basically unlimited, so...
Yeah. It was a little broken.
I think we're in a much better spot with it. You can send him back to the well, though, right? It's probably not worth it, but you could in theory.
Yeah, theoretically.
Just
run him home,
I guess. Go, little guy. That whole time, Mind Control did a nice pull all the way back to his tier 3. So he's gotten level 4. Not really stopping the Drow from farming, but still being a little bit disruptive, making sure he gets something. Playing it as well as he can.
Miracle forced to TP home there. But it's a Chen, so of course that's completely fine. And back he comes.
Toss, double damage on Weehaw this time. Trying to body block March. There's the Aphotic Shield. Miss.
Man, that's going to be a 5th assist for GH.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He is making life so good for his teammates right now. Part of 5 of the 6 kills, and he's not going anywhere. He's just going to run at our melt. The Avalanche is back.
There was a second courier there. Double damage rune. Still has a decent duration. Scary to trade with, and Armel gets burned. Nice Sanity's Eclipse. Weehaw ends up with a double kill. Oh no, 7-0. The gold lead isn't that big, but Nigma are in control here, Trent.
Yeah, they're having a good one here. That was a 938 damage very quickly. Onto that Huskar from the OD. 7-0. I mean, the net worth is still even, so nothing too crazy. I'm going to assume that the XP is quite different if I pop that open, though, and indeed it is. It's about a 1k lead.
Mind Control getting chased down, moves into the trees. Tim's just can't quite get there in time. Close call, though.
This is going to be kind of similar to game 1, where TNC really want that good fight around like 10 to 15 minutes. That'll be sort of their peak timing, trying to fight before the Diffusal Blade on the Slark, before the Agnum Scepter on the OD comes out, and these heroes, like, you've already got the double Wraith Band for Gabby now. He wants a couple neutral items. Huskar gets a Poor Man's Shield. That's a great one to get. Is he stopping at 2 bracers? He is. Only going to go for the 2 bracers. So.
Yeah, once the armlet.
A bit of a rougher start. I mean, 3 bracers can be a bit of a tough commitment with in case you get like really good neutral items.
And I think the armlet just enables this hero so much. I have trouble arguing against trying to prioritize it.
Man, Kuro is a loyal guy, you see. He still has that banisher. He said, dude, I'll just wait. You just regen. Oh, you see what he's done here too? He's softening up his mud golem.
He's got the harpy now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I want to see the Kuro big brain play where he like weakens the golem and then denies it after casting the spell.
Ah,
that's huge.
Tier 1
5 head.
Bottom. Pushed off by Gabby. No deny attempt. You know, speaking of Chen creeps that have gotten the mana nerfed, the harpy. 50 mana on Chain Lightning. She's got 150. Didn't she used to have like 400 mana?
It was something insane. You could actually cast it like 11 times or something.
Yeah,
I think when I first
remember
started playing.
Watching Chen's get this creep and just shove it in the mid lane, and I don't know what you do. 3 seems reasonable.
It was amazing it wasn't done more, frankly. It was definitely broken.
Yeah.
There was some code of honor that just stopped people from doing it, I guess. It's the only explanation I have.
I don't know.
Radiant's
pretty cheesy. It had a pretty long cast range too, so if it was a melee hero, you just couldn't really kill the harpy. Brutal.
Well, that net worth, it has flipped over. Kills mean nothing. In Dota 2, it seems. Now, mind you,
apparently,
XP is that big factor. Now it's a 2k XP lead. And I know my good friend Dota Plus is a big fan of XP leads versus gold leads.
Not today.
Not today. I believe it has TNC favorite still right now, right? Yeah, by 2%. Well, 4%, I suppose. NA math,
this could be the XP recovery. Nope. Kuro comes in. Repel. He'll grab that outpost, and of course down bottom. Radiant have already secured.
Middle tower is under attack.
Been spread.
I'm concerned for the TNC Veno whenever it's not like top 3 net worth. And like he's 5th, and that's not terrible, but he's a long 5th. He's like 700 gold behind Weehaw, and this guy needs to be like really rich because now he can't play KP Veno style. He has to play I need a 4-staff in this game Veno. Like, it's not the boots of travel. Now, to be fair, I guess like the plague wards are more important this game in the actual team fights. It's not really like a big split push game for him here. He doesn't have any points in the Gale yet. He's just like focused on being active and engaged in the team fights to try and capitalize on the fact that they have this early game value of a Huskar and a Drow. So maybe he'll go like 4-staff Greaves because of that.
Damage on a mind control down bottom. Level 6 still has a purification. Should be okay.
Oh. Narrowly.
That multi-shot there. Yeah, this build on Veno is also really good for farming. I think that's part of where this gold difference is coming from, is that he's able to sit in the jungle and farm reasonably quickly. And even though Omni Knight's hanging around,
I mean, Omni's the lowest on his team.
He's got nothing. You know, he's not really playing a 3 right now. Gabby, though, gonna get caught near the outpost. Should have plenty of damage, and it's a dead Drow.
Oh, he did
get the counter kill into mind control, though.
The death throws there. I think MC still got the... Oh, no, he didn't get anything. I don't have the fight recap yet. Let's see. Did he get XP?
Nope. Not according to the recap.
I don't think it's popped yet, though. That's for the other kill.
Oh.
On the ABBA, I think. Whatever.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, again, ABBA was forced to, like, sit mid. So March is just trying to, like, protect Armel and help him get some farm versus the OD. But he's just free food to the OD whenever Weehaw feels like it. Looks like he dropped another sanities on him.
The Keen Optic is legit. I feel like every time I see that item drop, my eyes just light up a little and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, a DD rune, we'll say. Well, we'll take this a little early. I mean, it's not that bad. They already have the armlet, so it's definitely possible. There's no points in the curse, though. This might be one of those games where you'd be like, oh, that value point would have been pretty handy, dude.
They're going to get away with this, though. Nigma either seem unaware or not too concerned.
Immortality.
There you go.
I mean, they did just Sanity's march in the mid lane, so their ability to fight into that is going to be pretty weak. And it's actually not going to be the Force Staff there. KP, in unusual fashion, finishes the medallion after killing Roche. But just identifying that he can help protect his teammates from the Slark by using that medallion. And now he wants a Solar Crest after that too, to just buff up his Huskar and his Drow.
Okay.
I wonder why he didn't get Force Staff. Is someone else getting Force Staff in time for the Slark, or are we just gonna fight it?
Drow's going for the Hurricane Pike, and I think that's it for now. On with the Dominator, queued up for Venge. Yeah, that's it.
Maybe their thought process is that even if we get pounced, we're still just gonna be fighting anyway, so I don't need to free you, but I don't know, pretty rough. Then again, you know, Huskar are notoriously susceptible to the physical, I suppose. Not that he really goes that way anymore. He's only got 38% magic resistance. The triple bracer makes him feel a little bit more like old Huskar.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Love Halberd though. Feel good item, especially when you can grab it early on an armlet hero.
Dude, Sange is insane. Like, Sange is just crazy. That item feels so good on any strength core right now.
It's so easy to build. I completely agree.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gabby is being scouted out here by GH. It looks like Gabby knows. Yeah, he's gonna ping it. They got a ward here for sure. Good call from Gabby. Meanwhile, Miracle looking for farm in the back lines here, cutting waves, scouting the fact that KP's behind that tower. And he's gonna start pulling away here. The problem will be, what can TNC get done with his Aegis? Because I don't think Nigma have any real reason to fight them.
Usable blade on Slark, I think, is coming up.
Yeah.
So little item peak there, but yeah, not a huge.
Well, how do you die Venom, right? They're just gonna do a toss. Oh no, they're not. Oh, the haste
avalanche toss on the character. Easy,
dude. That was sick. I did not see the haste rune, dude. That was hype. So I'll hasten, I'll toss him, and I'm just gonna instantly TP because I know that I'm gonna take a bunch of damage and they're gonna rotate someone in. That was pretty cool.
It was a layup. And Miracle says, "Hey, let's just go for some stats. I want the Scotty. Give me an eye, baby."
In that time period, what did they get though? They got the top tower taken down. It looks like.
My thrift rewarded.
Mid and top now dead for Nigma. Double on GH now.
Is under attack.
Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling too good about TNC right now. This feels like it's gonna be very precise to win this game. They need some real good team fights coming out now. And with that Sange,
and a clumsy net, dude, get the hell out of here.
Oh, and Essence Ring? Okay, Essence Ring went from like bad item to like kind of busted item.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, OD is a good spot right now. I'm not gonna lie. I would be a little scared if I were TNC.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, pass the net over to GH. They've gotten some great neutral items.
Now, I just want to point out that Huskar has 1/3 the mana of an OD with 2 points in sanities. So just keep that in mind during the next team fight.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sange is up.
Is he? I mean, he has the Aegis. They might not want to drop it. Oh, he's stacking that int though.
My thanks.
Radiant's
they're slowly moving. TNC really want to pick a fight, but they're being very cautious about how they go about it. Good positioning from Nigma as well, not really giving them an opening. And Nigma are not overreacting. They've got 2 heroes out in the lanes just continuing to pressure.
They don't have any catch though, as you can see. Like, this is why Disruptor feels kind of good in these lineups. Like, if they could have gotten a swap or something, like some of these heroes were just playing so close, but they have no way to punish that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a lot of green diamonds up top there for Nigma. The ultimates are there. Oh, this is scary. How much time's left in this Aegis? There's only 20 seconds left. This is a very scary time to fight.
Miracle. He's gonna go on the front lines.
Oh, you know Nigma's timing this, dude. 10 seconds left on that Aegis. Weehaw's gonna dump it on him.
Heavenly Grace.
6 seconds.
Working wonders.
Screwed.
Miracle needs to be a little careful. There's the ultimate.
Get him, Weehaw, go. Oh, here it comes. There it goes. Someone force staff me. Oh, they don't have any catch either the side of Nigma.
All right, there's the reset for Huskar. And TNC might just back out. Without the Aegis, I don't think they're nearly as confident. And there's the retreat.
I'm really glad they didn't try and force that. Because if you end up losing that Aegis on that high ground, then you are just going to get sanities and absolutely blown up.
Yep.
And now he has the halberd too, so another big improvement for the hero.
Certainly great against the OD. You mentioned the Ags with the Astrals. Mitigates it a little bit, but...
Oh, they got the Fangs on Huskar though. That's a nice item.
Great.
And KP, I noticed that he was saving his gold and he didn't, even though he bought the Crest recipe, he recognized that he needed boots of travel for bottom lane. So he stopped finishing it out on the ultimate orb and went back for the bots. Very annoying because of like the sunk cost fallacy going on, but I'm glad he didn't fall victim to it because he recognized that I don't need Solar Crest right now. I really need boots of travel.
Here comes Miracle though, double damage rune. This is scary, right in onto the Huskar. Gets the Heavenly Grace. There's the setup.
Oh, he's just getting isolated right now.
They're going to break this fight up as the Slark jumps in onto the back line. Swap from the Venge, the GA, but KP goes down. They've lost 2 on the side of TNC, and Miracle is not done yet. He jumps in onto Armel. Another Astral. Armel just cannot stack up the damage.
Oh, they can't even fight them, dude.
They can't do anything. It's going to be a clean sweep. A 5-0. Nigma completely roll over TNC. The OD Aghanims in full force here, bud.
With the Centaur boys, man. Just tab stun. Tab stun. Easy setups from the Astral. That was clinical. All right, right there.
Dude, I feel like that's a team fight that I wish we could go back and watch in like half speed just to see the continual disruption. Like I want to watch that from Armel's perspective. I don't think he did anything.
No, it was very depressing. He, I mean, he got Astral
5k damage, but
yeah, yeah, that was a super sad fight. I mean, Drow did 400 damage that team fight. The Abba did more damage by putting shields on people dying.
A battle at the outpost. It's Miracle again in the front lines. This time OD uses the ultimate. 2 more heroes evaporate from the battlefield. They grab one more. Now Drow Ranger gets run down. This could be a quick game 3. 19-1 at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Now, Nigma talked about this a lot in their interviews at the Minor, where they said they felt like they had a really good read on their enemy team's timings in a lot of these games, and that's why the PL was working out so well for them, is that they never panicked, and they always recognized what their timings were and when they were going to win the game, and just don't freak out. And that's what they did again. They didn't take any bad fights when they were in a slightly compromised position. Like, this wasn't like an out-of-control Huskar Drow game, but they still had the ability to 5-man and start moving through lanes, and Nigma did not try and contest that. They just said, we know that once we have this Aghanims, the game's going to be really easy. Once Miracle's a couple items, piece of cake, and now he's going to be super beefy with a full Scotty. Nearly complete here, just 500 gold away.
Yeah, the Aghanims on OD definitely was a game changer. Nigma definitely played that really well. They were also smart enough to wait for a double damage rune to spawn before initiating, and that certainly made it a lot easier. I mean, Miracle was just jumping in the front line, doing big damage. There was no stopping that Slark.
Well, Crow really enjoyed that last team fight, and he said, you know what would be better than 2 Centaurs? I think I'm just going to get 4 Centaurs. So, Weehaw, you just Astral them, and I'll just chain stun them for 8 seconds after. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty good.
It sounds a little busted.
Yeah, I think he pulled the calculator out on that Harpy. It was just like, yeah, he did some stuff earlier on, but we've got bigger plans in store. We need to demoralize TNC with this victory. A win is not enough.
Will TNC get another kill? I kind of think they won't. I don't know if they have the burst damage to do it.
Yeah, I think against Chen and Omni Knight,
I really don't think they're gonna. They might pick off GH. That's the only thing I could see.
I could see GH making an aggressive play and sort of sacrificing himself to set up a good team fight or something like that.
The only problem is he can just TP unless there's a Venge swapping or stunning.
Yeah.
He also has a Yules now, so he can afford to be pretty aggressive. They're going to toss it out again. GH has been on point this game. Huskar doing everything he can as he makes it back up to the high ground. Miracle, not a fear in the world, gets to Heavenly Grace, jumps in. Now, Venno did get off an ultimate, and that will, I don't want to say scare them, but remind Nigma, yes, indeed, there is a tier 2 tower here, so we're diving into an immune tier 3 as they find Armel again. Huskar sustaining until Weehaw starts laying in the right clicks. Now OD needs to be a little bit careful. March, no borrowed time. Oh my, that's a Sanities, that's a dead KP, and it's a dead Gabby. GG, not another death on the side of Nigma. 25-1, a clinical finish for game 3. Nigma is here, and they are hungry for a win.
Man, they just like wrote down some timing, some items, and said, all right, until that, we're just not going to engage them. And that was definitely the play. Miracle did a great job of just dodging and avoiding all the fights and engagement until it was clear that his team was just going to be completely outclassing the opponent there. Kuro, amazing play on the Chen. And, well, mind control. Sadly, huge feeder. 1 death. Right? You hate...
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Haste.
Actually live for now. There's the first duel of the game. That might be... No, it's not 6. What am I thinking? I think what they need to do is try to go to their opponent's hotel room where they're playing and disconnect their internet. Yeah.
What if they just go players and like open the full alpha mode away from their computer? And
they'd have to do it.
And
like, I think they would still win this game. So need one there.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Maybe you just drop the items to your team. Sadly, that doesn't work, but if that worked, that would be pretty good. Bottom lane.
Wyvern is gonna cold embrace himself, but will go down to the static charge from that Mjolnir. Redonkulous glimpse the OD. We're gonna see a GG here fairly soon, I'm sure, after this last remaining fight. Overwhelming odds on 5 heroes, doing a considerable amount of damage. Buyback onto the Wyvern as well. Still has Winter's
repair
Curse.
kits. Repair kits.
That's true.
He has it.
No? Oh, they don't have it. Okay. That's one. I should have mentioned that as a comeback mechanic.
It is. It's like the most comeback neutral item in the whole game.
They do have all 3 tier 2s, and they're a couple minutes away from the next tier. So if they get the best 3 items, and IG forgets
Hold
that
until
items are a
kit,
thing.
Yes. Yeah. Hold until we get repair kit. I hope that never becomes a comment anyone ever makes in a pro game.
Hey, sometimes, you know, people have ESP. They can just feel that an item is coming, you know?
They know. The monkey's giving some pretty good vision right now.
He is. The spark rates are completely out of control here in the enemy base, as the Tempest double is continuing to do a lot of damage. Tier 3 finally goes down.
Yeah. I like the positioning by the Tempest double. I don't know if it was on purpose or if he did break a smoke there, but I know that the Tempest double, it can break smokes. And I'm pretty sure he ran it into them with the purpose of breaking a smoke, so I kind of like that.
Interesting.
Oh, that was tight.
Decent amount of damage from Drow.
1 minute left on Aegis. I'm surprised they really want to throw it like this. But I guess they're so far behind ahead. They just want him to be full HP or whatever.
They're creating a lot of space though with these Tempest doubles, continuing to do a lot of damage. There's the ult from Disruptor on top of Drow Ranger. Fly jumps in. They still cannot finish this man off. I guess he's a monkey more than a man, but Fly able to take another hero to buy back onto the Drow Ranger. The barracks. Alright, finally the Aegis is expended. But at what cost, my friends, as the illusions continue to be spawned from Fly. Nuts finally gets off the curse, but it does almost nothing, as he dies very shortly after. Hey, his little babies are golden. I didn't realize that was a thing for the Ags. That's cool. Actually goes off of your cosmetics.
Skin, I guess. So that's pretty cool.
When you're talking about cosmetics 25 minutes in the game, you know things are not